And we are live. I do hope that my audio is coming through properly here. If anybody can
Heyo!
confirm, let me double check something. Um, I think my audio is coming through. At the very least, it shows my mic moving to some extent. So, well,
Yep, it's coming through.
all right, very well. In that case, everybody, well, welcome back to Dark Souls, Dirge of Drangleic.
And what an eternal wait it has been.
Not really the correct
God
one,
damn it.
but hey, no, not really the
And
correct
what
one.
a Drangleic it has been.
Well, what a Drangleic it has
Dirge of
been.
Drangleic has been. Damn
So,
it, Jericho.
all right. Well, in that case, well, yeah, it's been a while since we've come back into this game, so maybe a lot of people have forgotten what has been happening if you haven't seen the previous stream. Before we begin, however, a quick shout outs. First of all, a quick shout out to Sound Phenomenon for providing most of the background music you're going to be hearing during this sessions and during this campaign in general. Also, once again, Dark Souls Eternal Wait. Thank you, Masmero, for the comment. Well, a quick shout out to Mint Ellis, as always, for the amazing fan art that they have given us for the Dark Souls 2 party. Again, this was made like all the way back at the beginning of the campaign, but like I just can't get over like how quick it was done and how good it looks like.
Yeah, Minty has actually been quite busy recently, so they couldn't couldn't actually finish coloring the things in up till now, but they are working on it right now.
Well, that's good to know. Maybe one day we'll see like a more completed piece. But until then, shout outs to this art. Going back, however, well, who wants to do the quick session recap? Also, one thing to note: Ace's player is not here at the moment, but he might join us a bit later on. But yeah, who wants to do like a quick session recap? If y'all want to get a DM's inspiration, for it.
Fuck it. I can't remember anything.
I remember, like I mentioned earlier before the session, we had just, Rock had a proper examination of Atlas, and they had an RP moment there. I don't remember what Signis did. Ace
Oh yeah,
and Valen-
I remember now. I remember, or I think or two. Do you mind if I take it?
Go ahead if you like.
All right. We started off we started off last session with the interaction with Rock and we started off the last session with the interaction between Rock and Atlas. We proceeded to follow it up with a fairly decent and we proceeded to do the party proceeded to do menial tasks while also talking with each other and helping build up what's the town's name again? Oh shit.
Like the town that you
Fuck.
guys are in charge
Yeah.
of at the moment? At Majula.
Yeah.
Majula is the name of the
Majula.
of
Yeah,
the
Majula,
settlement.
my bad. The party worked on Majula, and Ace sought out Signis and had a conversation. Oh, wait, no. Ace and Valencia talked about being a part of the being a part of the Company of Champions, and after some very tense talks, they decided to duel one another. And right afterwards, right after this decision was made, Ace sought out Signis, who it gave her some advice, though not exactly the advice she was looking for. Was definitely done out of concern for her and, well, Valencia. This was then followed by a full proper medical checkup that was done in RP with Atlas and Rock, who actually managed to get Atlas to take off most of their armor for a medical check. Afterwards there was the party met up at the manor and inspected the stone map in the basement, and following a funny scene where we made the best map possible, like all around, and like high rolls for some of the most absurdly well-drawn maps, followed by a crappily drawn dragon in the corner, which which we joked about being really well drawn on a dragon body, but just with Valencia's head on it. And following that, we made plans regarding the duel and decided instead to postpone. They decided that Ace and Valencia decided to postpone the duel and instead have it in the town of Fort Cardinal. And we set out, and while on the way, we were walking through a forest on the mountains and heard something in the trees, followed by the sound of trolls after nearly killing the person who we met. Atlas grappled a tree, and that was where we end off the session.
Exactly. We ended the session right as the stranger, a man donning like light brown leather armor and a sort of like metal helmet, open helmet, was extending his hand out to help Atlas get off the ground. And that's exactly where we're gonna be picking up as we move back to our our forest art here. Here we go. So yes, we are right here as we were saying, as the stranger. That I already have the name on the screen. Not that you guys know that though. Is kind of staring down at you, Atlas. His hand still extended towards you, as he repeats once again and says, "I could have been a lot more dangerous, friend. You might want to be careful where you charge like that. Are you all right?"
Atlas kind of like, looks up at them, doesn't like really extend their hand, but kind of just says,
"Curiously not hostile. Identify."
Identify? Oh, you're one of those law people that ask for everyone's identity. Right.
What's your name, fellow traveler?
He looks over. His hand is still like extended, like while he's still looking over the rest of the party. And he says, "Well, my name is Pate, and I am a traveler around these lands. Some may call me an adventurer, I suppose."
And what brings you here?
I was merely wandering the land, looking for opportunities to, make some name for myself, I suppose. Treasure hunting and the like.
That does sound most fascinating.
Indeed.
Is Atlas still just on the floor?
Yeah, is Atlas still on the floor?
still on the floor, yeah, just like looking up. Like you know, like you know the fucking Renaissance painting of like Adam gonna like touching God's finger. It's like that, except they're not even putting their hand up. They're just leaning slightly up.
Pate will look over at you and say, "Well, are you going to stay on the ground for the rest of the day, friend?"
Perhaps I wish to stay on the ground.
Well, suit yourself. To each their own, I suppose. And he just kind of like lowers his hand, looks back at you guys, and says, "You all seem like a very varied group of individuals. I take it you're all traveling here not by mere chance."
No, we're going to the city right now.
Oh, the nearby town, I see. Well, you're still a ways away from that, I suppose. What could possibly have caused you to take this detour?
This is actually the main path we're taking.
Truly? Well, not
We're
really.
coming from a small village right now.
There's a village down that path?
What's the name of the village again?
We've been establishing. We've been establishing it. We've been in working at fixing up Majula.
Majula? Not the name of a settlement that I know, but, well, I guess I haven't been traveling around this land for too long. Now, well, it seems our encounter here was quite the incredible coincidence. Since you're already on your way to your destination, I won't bother you too much, but, well, as you probably heard earlier, we're not exactly alone in these woods.
Well, the question is, do we want to try and avoid them, or do we wish to clear the path for other travelers, so to say?
We will have to be going down this path again, after all. I do believe it is a good idea to deal with this now.
And
Agreed.
it can help resupply our meatery. As protein is very important.
Hmm.
Hmm.
An interesting approach. Well, if you do decide to pursue this course of action, I will warn you ahead of time. There's a particularly nasty-looking fellow around these parts. One that, whose equipment I do not recognize from any nation. You might want to be careful. These forests are treacherous for everybody.
Could he provide a description of his equipment?
It looks very old, tattered even. Like it's seen plenty of battles. Rusting at some points, I think. I only got one look at the fellow, but they looked well, particularly imposing, and seemed to freely wander the woods without any care for the nearby dangers.
Does this in any way match the pursuer?
You recall the pursuer's armor was like very sturdy and steel, looked covered in grime, but not rusted or old.
Okay, we're probably safe then.
Can Signis like try and run history on like any rumors he's heard or anything? Like while he traveled through for like the 3 months.
You can try a history check, I believe.
And I try as well.
Yeah. Let me up the volume of
Yeah,
the
no,
music a little
Shield Bear
bit.
probably knows.
Yeah.
Sentin 21. You've heard, rumors, like stories of, wandering knights from lost kingdoms that wander into Drangleic. You're not sure if this is one of those cases or just somebody who also happens to be a wandering knight around these parts. You do recall, believe it or not, that, well, actually, not believe it or not, you do recall, that, quote-unquote Bob back at, the gutter, was wearing like really tattered equipment, in like rusting like armor, like he himself was an old knight. But you're not sure if this would be like a similar person or the same. So what will you do? Oh, did I
We'll
die?
go find them and
Oh,
we'll meet
okay.
them.
So you want to go find this person? Pate will say, well, in that case, I would advise a bit of caution. They didn't seem one of the most friendliest of persons.
I'm sure we can handle anything that comes our way. The warning is appreciated, though.
Any threat posed to this party will be exterminated with extreme prejudice. Defeat is not an option.
Well, since you're so keen on following this pathway, then you need to only follow this opening clearing ahead. It kind of points a little bit in a direction roughly where you believe you heard the sound. He says, I myself am too much of a coward to face such an imposing individual head on. So I will keep my distance for the time being, if that's alright with you.
Signis pauses for a second, thinks about it, and says, before everybody starts charging down the path, may I perhaps scout ahead and stay in the shadows to see, just to get a feel of what we may be dealing with?
That is a good idea, Signis. I would do the same myself, but I risk being spotted for it. I believe it's the day right now, right?
Yes,
Like
it is
it's
still
daytime?
daytime
Yeah.
by this point.
If I was to take to the air, I would either have difficulty seeing through the canopy, or I would be easily spotted from above.
Signis disappears into a bush. He just like walks into a bush. Oh shit, he's just gone.
He just left the Homer Simpson meme.
Yes.
Spry fellow, that one. He just looks into the distance as you disappear into the tree line.
It's not even like he makes like no noise whatsoever. It's just like it's not even like he just disappeared. Like it's just like he vanished, full on. It's not even like stealth. He's just gone, despite like the like brightly colored clothing. You just can't find him.
They are quite the ratty fellow, but they are competent when they need to be.
I
A
see.
most entertaining one at that.
I see. Well, clearly it seems you all have your fair share of individuals to round up your merry band here. You have some assistants that I see in the distance. He kind of tries to look over some of your shoulders, or heads rather, and to spot like the entertainers way off in like the distance.
Yeah, they're probably not used to trudging through forest terrain.
He looks back at you guys and says, well, in that case, I will remain here and, hope for your success. He just kind of finds like a fallen tree to like sit down at.
Rock will
Go ahead.
whisper to Atlas and Valencia. Atlas and Valencia, we should be cautious of this stranger. We do not know who they are properly, and if we do end up dealing with the beast, it's best to make sure we do not have a battle on two fronts.
Valencia will do a insight check since, you're giving us this warning. Does this individual look trustworthy?
That individual looks... Well, he seems a little bit... with that check, you believe he's might be a little bit suspicious, but it's kind of hard to read a little bit. His expression doesn't really change even throughout the entire conversation. He remained calm even as, Atlas like rushed forward to tackle him. Like even when Atlas was just on the ground talking to him, still like his expression never changed once.
Atlas will kind of like add sort of. It's very hard for them to like whisper or anything, but they do like lower their voice and just kind of say,
They turned down their volume slider.
It's basically a fucking Vox. That thing's gonna roar.
What were you gonna say, Atlas?
They seem incredibly in control of the situation, despite coming across a large group of strangers. They are, at the very least, formidable enough to feel secure on their own. That much I am wary of. A powerful ally potentially? Perhaps. But we cannot treat just anyone we meet on the road as a potential ally.
Speaking of,
What?
what is Signis seeing?
Before that, if anybody wanted to add anything to what Atlas just said.
I'm just typing out stuff while we do
Okay.
Signis' thing, so that way we don't.
Shieldbearer,
Take
would you be doing or saying anything?
No, he's just standing there quietly observing,
Okay.
standing ready for if Signis calls.
Pate will look over at you, Shieldbearer, and say, I take it you're the strong and silent type of this group.
Oh, he most certainly is. Aren't you, Shield Bearer?
Yes,
Good.
I like to observe and be patient, be kind.
Good. In that case, well, I suppose you will be the anchor here. He says he's still just kind of like waiting around. Signis, you roll stealth, you move forward through the forest a little bit. You come up to this slight clearing where there's like a very shallow river running alongside. You will notice that there's a particular site. You do spot an ogre, much like you anticipated, except the problem is the ogre is dead. And you will see that next to the ogre, there is a knightly figure sitting by one of the rocks nearby, and seems to be sitting there like they just got out of a battle, covered in blood. That you believe may have belonged to the ogre. Will be coming roughly from around here. So this side of the river, from the other side, basically. You don't believe the person, has seen you, as they're just kind of like resting motionlessly against the rock.
Signis seeing this has Signis seeing this like sort of quietly contemplates like how far away from the party is this? Like, how long would it take for them to reach each Signis if things get sour?
Like a minute, if that. Like, it will be pretty quick.
Signis is just gonna watch them for maybe like a little bit longer before he tries to return to the party. And can I roll another stealth to see if like he can just basically do the hey guys, how's it going, like fucking manifest behind them shit?
You can certainly try. I was Valentian horseback. Yes, and the terrain permits. Terrain's a little bit uneven and rough here, so it might be a little bit difficult for the horse to traverse, particular segments of terrain. But for the most part, I'll say you're able to make do. And sure, you can roll another stealth.
That is a bad one.
I mean, like 18 is still good. I don't know what you're saying. For most passive perception, at the very least. Is anyone's passive perception like an 18 or higher?
Good question.
11.
Rock has a passive of 14, so he's 4 higher than mine.
Wait, Signis
What?
has the highest passive perception?
I'm not built for
How?
wisdom. My wisdom's only a 12.
It's a rogue.
I'm intelligent.
I mean, I've played rogues that don't have, that have passive perception. That's because I'm an idiot. So,
Remember, Nathan, you have like a fuck ton of proficiencies and expertise and everything. You are.
So yeah, I'll say, Signis, you're able to move back to the party and effectively just kind of manifest from the forest without any apparent sound, or sign that anybody noticed you.
So for the record, Ogre's dead.
And the knight?
There and having killed the ogre.
How strong did he
Can I-
seem?
I couldn't get a good gauge on them. They were resting at the time. And I would say that right now they seem passive. I can't be sure whether or not they are actively hostile. Because, well, I decided to report back. Considering that going in alone doesn't, with a unknown enemy, doesn't tend to be a good idea.
Well, if we just took out an ogre, surely they must be knackered after all of that.
Despite the
Well, yes, they are resting.
despite the lack of intelligence and speed on these ogres, it still took an entire group of us to take even just one down. This person is clearly powerful and dangerous. I will leave it at all of your discretion. I am not the best when it comes to judge of character. But
I think
if you want my opinion, we must be cautious of the fact that we might not stand a chance in a fight if this person turns out to be untowards.
it may be a
That's-
good idea for me and Valencia to go ahead first while the rest of you follow, just to make sure that we can try to negotiate first. And it's probably best if we make it so that we don't catch them by surprise on accident. I know that many can get very easily jumpy when and they are caught off guard. Signis looks at Atlas.
Many of us are not built for stealth. If we wait in the bushes and he hears us, it's even worse.
As I said, Ed, we make ourselves known off the bat.
So long as they don't know what our convoy is,
Fine.
I think this is fine.
Hey, before you go, Rock would also offer, before we engage, Signis a drink, so that way everyone's properly hydrated. And I posted some flavors of teas.
Honey tea.
In the thing.
He's taking a sip of the honey tea.
What would Valencia and Atlas take?
Atlas isn't fucking having, snacks.
Yeah, that made it a lot funnier that you still had this the filter on.
Oh,
But that's before we were engaging in combat. This was like for Atlas and Valencia. This was back when we were just kind of waiting for Signis to come back. He was offering Signis when he came back. It's like, hey, hydration's important.
I'm surprised that nobody actually like jumped at Signis just like fucking in just
Oh,
manifesting behind them.
Wait,
I mean, we've been together for like a good couple weeks now. I'm pretty sure we're used to it at this point.
I mean, 1 week, but
Well, like a couple, yeah, at least a week, yeah. We've been having, it was the entire time it took us to get all the people out for however long that was.
I mean, hey. So what will you all do now that you have this information that Signis gave you when scouting ahead?
The ogre's dead, and we have to fight Knight if we fight
Well, you
people.
don't have to fight.
it's like
Again, this is.
I said
Okay.
if. That's why I said we have to fight the Knight if we're fighting people, because the
Yeah.
ogre's dead.
I was gonna say, like, remember, this guy, you guys took a detour from the road you were already following to follow the sound of the ogre. So, like, it is technically not in the way of your travel. That's
I
why
mean-
I'm asking if you all will, like, go there or not.
yeah, it's what Nathan said. We all show ourselves and we send Valencia and Signis ahead to talk.
Yeah, we're gonna go say hi and see if they attack us on the side or not.
Although I will not be participating in the talks, we should still maintain haste. Therefore, you two keep moving.
Signis like twirls his cane and starts walking,
Okay. So you all begin
and his
to
walking pace is still so.
you all begin to walk over in that direction. I'll say Ace will look back at you guys and will say, "Now I don't really trust this Pate feller over here. I'm going to stay back and keep an eye on him just in case he tries something." I don't know if I don't know if that's Ace's voice, but that's the best cowboy voice I can give at the moment.
Close enough.
Close enough.
Hey, hey, Vorty, you
Yeah.
tried, and that's the best we could ask for.
Like, so Ace is gonna be hanging back, making keep an eye on mild-mannered Pate just in case. We have Ace. So I'm going to move you guys back to the map here with the night in the forest. There we go. You guys can place yourselves roughly in the direction where Signis' token is still at.
Wouldn't we be coming down the path? So where is that?
I mean, well, I guess you're roughly coming in from like anywhere in this area. I mean, I'm just gonna put like a little square where like roughly you guys are approaching from. Like anywhere in that area you guys are like approaching from. So like you can
Yeah,
place
I'll
yourself
keep-
down
I'll-
in there.
I'll maintain the high ground.
Okay.
I'm a
Um,
ranged character.
Uh,
I'm both more flammable.
We're trying to seem non-threatening, and you just picked a sniper position.
I mean, Rock's keeping an eye. Like, no pun intended, bird's eye view. Also, it's not good to be clustered. We don't know what. We've never fought one of these things if we do fight. So it's better to not be all in a group. We don't get AoE'd.
Torok farming. I hate that that's just become like a saying that we're starting to use almost unironically. But hey.
You're using it ironically?
Wait.
Like-
Damn.
No,
That's a
I
quote
thought,
for the
I thought
ages.
y'all have been using it ironically. That's how much we've been saying it this recently. What's it called? But anyway, modern lingo aside. What would you guys do once you walk over in this direction? Again, the individual doesn't seem to have even realized that you're there.
Hello there, stranger.
You call out, and for a moment, the individual doesn't move, or rather, it's very slow to move. The individual kind of like slowly begins to raise his head and then turns over to you guys. begins to stand up a little bit and just kind of like stares across the river, standing there menacingly.
Signis Signis holds up his hands in the what's the thing again, like unarmed, like I am unarmed sort of like pose, the one where you like hold up both your hands, like hands and palms open, just so that like somebody knows that you're not like holding weapon. And
Just like don't shoot
easy
gesture.
yeah easy there, easy there.
That's quite the ogre you thought, Vamus. You alright there? Good sir?
The
We don't mean any harm.
individual stares at you, kind of like not saying anything. You see that it kind of like looks back at the ogre, and then looks back at you. You see at this point. Actually, let me just roll something real quick, just to see what his armament is looking like.
Oh god, this is an unavoidable fight, isn't it?
I mean, no, you don't know. I was just trying to see what weapon he's armed with. You do see that he has like this this spear strapped to like their back, that's still dripping with like the blood of the ogre. The individual like stares at you, and you hear like this sort of like, not like a hiss, but kind of like a breathy like sound emanating from the individual. You notice that in much like how Signis confirmed earlier, like lots of old wounds, including arrows that are still sticking into like their body, that they haven't really bothered to like take out of their arms or legs. The individual looks back at you guys and kind of in that same sort of like breathy sound, this about a scratch, in a sort of like breathy sound, the knight seems to not really like say anything, but you guys start to feel some form of a message, I guess, that is coming across. You feel like this sense of of longing, of nostalgia, but like in a very intense way. And you see as the individual kind of takes a couple of steps forward, shambling steps actually, as their legs don't seem to be like even fully functional, or maybe he's just pretending. The individual moves all the way to the edge of the river here, and it's chivalry repositions. The individual
Just gonna sit on this rock.
moves all the way to the edge of the river here, versus full of prank like the clown channels, like from like 10 years ago. Anybody remember those? Anyway, the individual kind of like looks over at you in your direction and seems to still just kind of be staring at you. Do you guys do or say anything?
Gilbert just leans against the rock.
Hey, we're not here to harm you or start a fight. We are just travelers making our way across.
We just wanted to know if we could be of assistance to you.
The entity still also like gives out another sort of like breathy sound, and again you feel like I guess like the feeling of tension begin to be like prevalent.
Commander, this person is clearly out of their mind. Give me the order to attack.
Hold on.
Signis Signis
Everyone
uses like
back off slowly.
No, Signis does like actually make the like military call sign where he just like it gives like the call for hold.
Okay.
Probably depends on how universal that is.
They do hold. But
Also, Valencia was about to say something. You said everybody stand back.
Valencia was gonna tell everyone to just like take a few steps back.
While that is fair, Signis is also just Signis is like not wanting to make it seem like he's like he sees them as a threat, because then he might assume like something bad, and so like he's gonna look at Valencia if like to say like, you sure you don't want me at least here?
You can stay up front.
Atlas does like take a step back, but you kind of like do hear them like before they do just kind of say,
You are making a tactical error, but I promised I would stay in line, so I will.
Yuba is actually gonna sign to you stand ready to attack. Just not noticeable. If you get what I mean. Just have everything
like
ready.
pulls out the bear paw, just starts like it starts throwing in bear gang signs.
I mean, he does it behind his shield to make it.
I really hope Atlas can see that 50 feet away, like
I mean,
between
you're
foliage
looking-
and horse.
You're looking to Valencia, so I presume you can.
Yeah, I mean, I would think so. It is. I just kind of find it funny that you're trying to do it past like a horse.
He's a tall guy.
Yeah, true.
Does the sensation of tension go like lessen after we back off?
Not really.
Or... Damn.
I think Bros just wanted to stab the bitch.
If you have a plan, Phantom Thief, I would suggest that you do it now.
We don't know if they're hostile. They might just not be nonverbal.
I believe we
Rather
do.
not. Signis like.
I was gonna ask, does the guy have his sword out, or is he just kind of walking towards us menacingly?
I think at this point the individual does seem to produce the spear from their back, kind of holding it to one side, kind of like in the, how do I describe it? I guess in the Elden Ring like wing stance, where they just have like the weapon over to the side.
Well, if anything, that's more than enough proof. Signis pulls his cane up for the ground, and you see as he swaps his mask to some like a very draconic looking one. Like it looks like a dragon with its maw open when you look on it straight ahead.
Okay.
And
in that case, what is the plan here, y'all?
First, we're just getting. Rock's gonna be pulling out his weapons.
Can I dash at him?
Seriously?
Yeah. What? He is actively grabbing his spear. Shilba's top priority is protecting everyone. Signis is grabbing his weapons, right? Or did I misunderstood what you said?
He's being in what's it called? He's gone from trying to appear non-threatening to more of defensive. Rather, he's not actually pressing the attack.
I mean,
Can I?
If
That's
none
still-
of you are speaking, I will begin the fighting.
go. Shilber.
Shilberg is gonna dash at him.
Okay. In that case, I need everybody to roll me initiative.
Right, I'm going to take my ready action to Scorching Ray him.
Go
Yeah.
ahead, and I need to roll a d100 at the start of
Can I
combat. Go ahead.
Dash then?
Sure.
Alright,
You
so
guys are fine
against.
for now.
Let's make that strength contestant.
Let me see. All 3 will hit, and Atlas
Sick.
and the Hide Knight will make a check. I'm just going to switch between, for the combat music here.
Oh, that last one is so upsetting.
Oh yeah.
Okay, Jericho, why don't you roll? You rolled a 5, a 4, a 3, and a 4, and then a 2 and a 1.
Good average.
Good
I
job.
guess.
You just steadily went down.
Oh boy.
Hey, such is my curse.
Alright, so athletics check from the Hide Knight.
Yeah. Let's go against the wall.
Well, I guess I'm rock here. How far are you pushing him?
Yes. Well, all the way down there.
All the way down to the wall ravine.
So
Okay.
let me show this. Yes,
Yeah.
like
20,
this.
25 feet over there. All right.
Actually, is the water difficult terrain?
No, like I said, it's a very shallow river. It's not even like.
Even if it was, I dashed for a reason.
Okay, no, that's fair. I mean, I would say shallow water is still difficult terrain. Like, have you ever fucking tried
Yeah,
like,
it's
walking across it?
I mean,
Signis
if you want me to
is.
rule it as difficult terrain, I can. Like, you know.
Fred,
Like how shallow is shallow? Like if it,
and he's going prone.
Alright,
yeah,
George.
if it comes to your ankle, yeah. But if it's just
Signis is actually gonna yell like, to shield bearer, or once you can, get out the way. And he's ready.
Okay, so it takes
Just-
14 bludgeoning.
Yes, and he's prone.
They could be hollow.
You strike at them, shield bearer, hearing like the sound of bone cracking. The arm of the Hide Knight like smashes against the wall like at an odd angle and snaps. You see as the knight, while underground, looks at their broken arm, and then seems to readjust the bones in their arm.
Oh.
Right.
Jesus Christ.
Anything else? Well, actually, that would have been like your reaction at the start of combat, I guess. And then with Scorching Ray, we'll say that these two things happen like parallel to one another, so like you will have
Yeah.
disadvantage when he got knocked prone. So that's 4, 7, and 3 points of fire damage on the Hide Knight. Like I said, all of them connect.
Wait, did you say 4, 7,
no,
and 3?
For my bad. Like 9, 7, and 3. My bad. I was looking at something else.
what was what?
Like them placing the arm like back into place. I'm asking basically Dr. Rock to analyze.
Kowalski,
I mean-
anyways.
Brock would just, Brock can basically just assume what anyone would just state. It seems that this person has no sense of pain and an abnormal body as they just put their arm back together.
Well,
They
we
just
figured out that
relocated
much.
Well, they relocated their entire arm. That is definitely something.
Is there anything I've heard of that
Rock.
could have explained that?
Chances are these man, though humanoid, might not actually be humanoid, if you catch my meaning.
Yeah.
That's most I can say. What's it called? You're free to come to your own conclusions of what that means. But yeah, we begin initiative proper. So Atlas, you're up.
My fucking ranged attacks have splash damage and shield bearers in the fucking way.
Shield bearer.
You went
True.
prone, but that you are also
He
in
can
the way.
take his reaction to walk away.
Yeah,
If
Signis
you
actually
fight
did
him.
like say
Signis called out, so if you shoot anything, I will just use my reaction to run back. But,
Okay, cool.
and then on his turn, I can just bash into him again. So yeah, just yell out, Chilbear, outweigh.
Signis did.
Yeah.
So would Silver move out of the way?
I mean, yes, when he would move out way. Let's see how much distance I will be able to move. Is this good enough for you both?
Yes,
Yeah, that's fine.
definitely.
Alright, then he will just do that.
Okay.
He
You move
used one reaction to
that knight
Use the two.
would, without really giving it much thought, try to stab you in the shins as you try
Yes.
to move. Give me 1 second while I just check something.
You know, why do you never do this when I play my shield dancer monk? Oh,
Because like,
yeah?
because like the enemies are smart enough not to do that. This guy's not. So here we go.
I
With a
have the jerky.
disadvantage, that's a 23.
Do
Was
I
that
have
hit?
anything for... Let me look if I have anything for that. Let me see. Yes, that hits.
Okay.
Damn.
In that case, you will take
Ooh.
11
Oh,
points of
God.
piercing and 1 point of lightning damage, as when the tip of the spear connects, you feel a jolt being carried by the weapon.
Thanks to Fortitude, I take 1 damage less.
So just 11.
Yes.
That's it for the reaction. So Atlas, do your thing. What are you gonna do?
Okay, so I actually want to ask, because obviously this is slanted in kind of like a specific way. Would I be able to use my plasma launchers to actually like shoot above them and like cause rocks to fall on them?
Rocks fall, enemy dies? Question mark.
Like,
Sure.
I guess I'm not trying to deal damage. I'm kind of just more like trying to like slow them down, I guess.
Sure. I'll say you can make an attack against like the object XC, I guess, which will be like stone, I guess, in this
Yeah.
particular case. And we'll say that if you land the blow, rocks will fall. He'll have to make a dexterity save or be like effectively like pinned underneath.
Okay, I will make 2 attacks then, as Atlas is going to just aim and fire.
So first
that is
one will hit.
Yeah.
Once I can also just roll. No, I'm not sure if I might want you to roll damage for this. We'll just say like your plasma launcher melts like the base of the rocks, and then like the ones above fall over.
And because it's a 15-foot diameter sphere. Hold on. Why is that? Man, that was weird wording. It's a 5-foot radius sphere. I don't know why it says why it's calculating in diameter. Jesus, I'll adjust that. But yeah, if I'm shooting like above, like I guess he still needs to like make the dex save to avoid like getting hurt by the
So he'll
residual damage.
So he will make 2. So 1 to avoid the residual damage and 1 to avoid the rocks falling. So first one for the damage, next one for the rocks. We'll say it's a DC. So to say 13, because that's usually what the falling objects is. So he still takes the damage, but manages to avoid the rocks pinning him underground. So, so how much damage would that be?
2 fire damage.
2 points of fire damage. Seems like, despite you guys dishing out like a lot of punishment, this man doesn't show any signs of being like hurt. Not even like
shit.
blood, actually. You're not sure if this guy can bleed.
Man, he's like literally hollow. Oh, actually, because I have a mastery, my second one still will deal a little bit of damage to him.
Okay.
Even though it's a miss. Which would be... Let me check. There'll be
Alright, that's
two.
fine.
2 fire damage.
So another 2 points of fire damage. Again, the plasma kind of impacts on the back of the wall, getting these detonations. Rocks fall. The individual's able to move out of the wave of rocks, but the fire still reaches segments of its armor, or the already damaged armor, causing him to be even more scorched. My bad. Anything else, Atlas?
Assessment proves that even though cerebral capacities are compromised, battle muscle memory is still intact. Proceed with absolute caution.
Okay. In that case, Signis, what will your turn?
Signis is going to run forward. You actually see like after Signis puts on the mask, as he's like running, like flames start like spilling from the edges. As the moment he gets here, he you just see he like rears back at Ak and
It's a dexterity saving throw against your spell save DC. Okay. In that case,
spell save DC is 15.
All right. In that case, here we go.
Oh, that passes, but it still takes half.
Makes it. What is the damage?
Damage is 3 rolls my bardic inspiration, which is 3d6.
All right, then go ahead.
That's halved. You just see as Signis does like the Shin Godzilla thing, where like the flames just come out first, and then like slowly he like hones in into like basically a fucking beam.
The knight lets out like another sort of like hissing sound, and you feel again just like the sensation being transmitted through it, like the taste for battle.
Bonus action, Signis like holds up, and like after like the flames are gone, Signis as a bonus action like holds up like his cane, and in the other hand and pulls out a piece of bolt paper as he like runs it along the blade. Actually, no. He saw him using. He saw the guy using. He saw the guy using. What's it called? Oh, lightning. So he's gonna assume that the dude is not, and assume the dude might be actually kind of cracked with that. I'm using frost paper.
Okay. In that case, you apply frost paper to your weapon. With that being said, Valencia, you're up.
Okay, Valencia will just call out like, "My apologies, I thought this one could be reasoned with." And she charges in to do a drive-by with her lance.
Okay.
Let's see. A 1 and a 2.
The second one, let me see if the second one hits or not.
Oh wait, no, it's within 5 feet you have advantage with melee, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So both will hit, actually. So 8 piercing, 5 piercing. That guy, again, you keep making holes into the armor, but there's no sign of this man bleeding.
At least the taunted.
Hold on. So he'll make a black mark. Okay, so disadvantage on all attacks that are not. Yeah, disadvantage on all attacks that are not against you. All right. Anything else, Valencia?
That's all for my turn.
All right. On the Hide Knight's turn, the Hide Knight will stand up from prone.
Can I use my reaction at the start of his turn?
Sure. What are you trying to do?
Well, when he's prone, I will dash into him again.
Oh, okay.
I'd rather you not, because unless you have another reaction, then I can't bomb him, because then I'll hit you.
I'm fine with you hitting me.
Okay.
There is
case,
many ways for that to be interpreted.
In that case, the Hide Knight will make another athletics check.
Damn.
Oh!
Damn.
Yeah, no, the High Knight
In
is
that
able
case, nothing
to
happened.
put the same arm that was broken a moment ago, kind of braces it against his body and just countercharges you basically, and pushes you back. Shield bearer.
Hey, it's our boy.
Part of the ride. Yay.
And well, with that, the rest of the High Knight's turn goes. So he is going to position itself like in a very shambling way. 5, 10, 15, exiting out of shield bearer's range. You can take. Do you still have your reaction? Another reaction?
Oh no, frick! I used both. Yeah, you're right. Never mind.
The High Knight then again adopts the kind of like wing stance as the spear, pulls it off to the side, and stands perfectly stock still for a second, like a statue, as it were. You're not sure what it's aiming, but it doesn't move for like a good second. And you're like, wait, did it like die? Did it have a heart attack? What happened? And then in a streak of lightning goes forward, appearing through Signis, Shieldbearer, Valencia, and Roland. As it moves, it's going to activate its ability. Here we go. It's going to activate brace attack. I need everybody in that line to make me a dexterity saving throw.
Oh, that is ass!
Which line?
So it's going to be, like I said, through Signis, Shieldbearer, Valencia, and Roland, all the way across.
Okay.
Oh no.
Oh my god. That was a 5.
Wait 1 second.
Oh no.
Oh no.
No, I have things for dex saves. No, right.
Okay. No, Roland.
Can Roland make a dexterity saving throw?
They rolled a 5.
Oh no.
Oh no!
Well, you guys see as the High Knight again in this lightning fast thrust seems to go past all of you, ending on the other side, ignoring opportunity attacks as per the ability. And you guys feel like in that, like a half-second delay after that lightning fast movement, and like the surge of lightning and piercing, basically damage rounds down, I believe. Yes. And you, those of you who failed take 13 piercing,
20.
7 lightning. Those of you who succeeded take none of that. Well, not enough. Take half of that. My bad. My bad.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Which is 9.
Is Roland still up?
I'm just gonna quickly read through Mountain Combatant to see if I can do anything for this.
Doesn't it give your mount evasion?
Like pseudo
let's
evasion,
see.
I believe. Yeah.
Yeah, it gives you evasion. Yeah, no, it's just straight up evasion actually.
So it only takes 10 damage?
Roland lives.
Yes.
Yes, I
Okay.
believe so. So 10 damage as Roland is partially hit as well by that ability. The High Knight basically dashing past all of you and ending the other side as it then loses the wing stance. That is it for the High Knight, Dr. Rock.
Okay, so having to do a mild edit to my thing, because I was rereading over my stuff, and for my bombs, they're going to link the thing. It says, for priming bombs, additionally, when you throw a bomb in this way, its damage increases by 1d10. It doesn't state the dice of the bomb itself increases by 1 dice. It's specifically d10s?
The way that this is supposed to work with the other bombs is that if a bomb specifies that the damage die is overridden, then I believe that is
Okay,
the
then
damage that is applied to the prime effect instead of the normal
Okay,
one.
then it's still the same. I was just reading over it. It's like, wait, hold on. Did I read that wrong?
Yeah, no.
Wrong
The extra D10 is specifically made to be treated with the regular like bomb weapon from Baldus.
Okay. Then I'm going to try, because this guy doesn't seem to be bleeding when we shoot him, and to him the only things he's ever had to deal with that do that are tending to be things that aren't really living. I'm going to, let me just measure how far away I am. 65. So where can I get to in 30 feet? That gives me... No, I'm still always gonna have this advantage. Does bombs have a range of 30 to 60? Ooh. I may as well just move a bit closer so I can deal with them, but yeah. So I'm just gonna fly. Yeah, like here. I'm just gonna be at the same sort of elevation or slightly higher. Because unfortunately, I can't get close enough to get within 30 feet of him. So disadvantage.
Okay.
I'm going to shoot a holy bomb.
15. Let me check if that hits. 15 will sadly miss the high ground.
Yeah, it was worth a shot because I was gonna test, because I was gonna ask if I hit if he's an undead or not. Because if he is, then I do the extra damage. If he's not, then I just do normal. So it's useful to know, because I actually have to know for the damage macro. But I missed, sadly. Oh well.
Do you have anything else you can do?
No, because my only other offhand is stabbing. So like, I could have teleport. Like, if I have my able to use a teleport bomb, I could. But if I did that, then I wouldn't be able to use another bomb.
Do you remember you can also not do like call shots with the bombs. You can just throw them in the area, and hopefully the AOE can also try and damage them. You don't always necessarily need to go with single target throws.
I don't know. Just figure I'd try it because it's a strong one. But oh well.
Anything else, Dr. Rock?
I guess how high up was I when I was here?
It's not like that high of an elevation. I'll say like, I'll just say like 10. You were like 5 feet up. So like,
I'll go 1 feet. Yeah, I'll go 1 foot higher, so I'm 10 feet in the air. So that way, if he tries, in case he, 5 foot higher. So yeah, so in case he tries to stab me, I'm out of reach.
Okay. Also, sorry if you hear like any noise coming from my mic. Wookie just like jumped on top of my lap, and he's just like trying to get me to pay attention to him. Sorry about that. For those who don't know,
give me affection, father.
For those who don't know, in the audience, Wookie is my dog. He's a little Pekingese dog, and he's a bit of a menace.
I thought you were just gonna say he's a little shit.
I mean, I guess that also applies, but like, I don't want
Be
to
right
just
back.
like throw shade live on stream on my dog. Anyway,
Right now, father, I crave attention.
So Shieldbearer, is your turn.
Does Flinch's Dauntless?
I
Good question. Let me check.
believe it's until the end of your next turn.
End of your next turn.
Alright. I think I will do that then. Let me measure this out real quick. Like this, and then reaction like that. Yes. Alright, I'll move 30 feet forward. And I will use my action to taunt. Short of it, he needs to make a wisdom saving throw. DC 14.
Okay. How do you taunt this knight?
Well, I know he has no intellect. But I guess I make myself look threatening by standing more straight, making my shoulders broad, and how do we say with the muscles?
Flexing?
Yeah, flexing.
Okay.
Thank you.
Oh shit. Okay, por favor. Sorry about that. So, you roll a 16. Does that make it? Oh damn. You see that you try to make yourself look imposing. I actually look at the ogre body next to you, and you're like, man, maybe if I try to look myself imposing like an ogre, you'll follow me. And you do that, and the High Knight kind of like seems to like look a little bit in your direction. But then kind of like its helmet just stops moving, and you're not sure where he's looking anymore.
Yes. As bonus action, just shield bear, and that's it.
Okay, get yourself ready. Atlas.
You keep moving into spaces where I want to fucking land.
That's the problem of having. This is the problem of our party. We have so many marshals, and then we have a couple of people who have AOEs. But because our marshals tend to rush right into the enemy, it's like, damn, I can't do that now because then I'll hit other people.
While my threat assessment is admittedly more experienced than the rest of you, I am still in the interest of following commands, and therefore I will not say I told you so. Instead, I will finish the fight.
So I'm going to activate Meteor Incineration.
Okay.
To fly 60 feet like diagonally up and slam down.
Okay.
What's it called? Actually, no, fuck it. I'm going to use my mobility boosters to move an additional 15 feet over here. So, yeah, I don't have to get Shield Bearer. So I'm going to slam down
I was standing ready with my reactions to just propel you back up with my shield.
Mm-hmm. That is dex save or take 66.
Fails.
Nice.
Roll me the damage.
Okay, so that is 20 fire damage plus and let me see Silvercat ring plus 5 feline boots reduces by 3d6. And then I have that, so what's 6? What is that? It's 8. I take 8 damage.
Exactly. Meteor Incineration. In that case,
flies up, slams down, and were you gonna do something else? I still have attacks.
No. What I was gonna ask is, how do you want to take down the High Knight?
Well, Atlas said they're finishing the fight, and they fly up, and as this the cloud, the fucking dust clears, you just see well, describe what the rest of them see, Vorti.
What everybody will see is that Atlas flies up into the air, fire streaking around their armor, and then comes down, as usual, like a meteor, strikes down in the ground, and this ring of fire expands, consuming this entire 10-foot radius around Atlas. You see that, in an instant, the area is now just like scorched earth operations, when the smoke clears, when the fire clears, well, there's not really a lot left of the Kite Knight. You see as the armor lies scorched, basically falls like knees first into the ground, a layer of dust and ash exiting from the armor seemingly, as you just hear this echoey howl, basically. And the High Knight seems to expire right there and then. The individual no longer moving. And with that, we end initiative for now.
Slightly disappointing.
Let me get rid of the music here. So yes, the Hide Knight dies here, being consumed by the flames of Atlas. The body of the ogre is also scorched, partially by the fire. Being caught in the blast here. Let me go back to the forest ambience here. You guys, Shieldbearer says, "May you finally be able to rest in peace." Shieldbearer bows. The knight individual seems to again be like stuck in that final pose as they are on their knees. The armor still like consumed by fire.
We're all kind of looking at it and go, well, there goes my plan for an autopsy. As he will fly his way down.
Atlas will kind of like, look at Valencia and Signis and just kind of ask, well, not even ask, just kind of say,
Well, the threat has been dealt with. Shall we continue on to the city?
Yes. Yes, we shall.
Let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Rock, look at everyone's state. Before then, there's something that we must tend to. Looking to the 3 people and the horse that have a stab wound, and Atlas who's just fallen from the sky, and everybody being mildly hurt. He's gonna, if the party lets him, he's gonna take a bit of time to brew some potions. Wait, no, I'm pretty sure I brewed some in advance, I think.
You're right. I must take Roland to Farn immediately.
In Valencia Rock, I have 1 healing potion ready, so I don't have to make another. I'll just give him one of my healing potions. Just a quick injection.
Are you doing it for Roland or Valencia?
Whichever one Valencia want first, then I can spur the rest.
You are approaching a horse
Roland,
from behind.
obviously.
You are approaching a horse from behind and sticking it with a needle. I'm not sure if that's going to turn
He wasn't gonna do it from behind. He's obviously gonna approach Valencia first and ask.
Okay.
Bro's not just gonna walk up on a horse and just stab it in the butt.
You might want to give that to Valencia and let her do this.
I'll say Roland kind of like moves away and is just like kind of like trying to turn away from Rock's needles. Yeah, Roland doesn't trust you just yet like that.
Hand it to Valencia then.
Yeah, Valencia will go off to the side for a moment and just like calm Roland down, tell them that there'll be a sting and everything.
Roland kind of like does like the horse head shake of like whatever. Also, Nathan, I don't know if you've been talking, but I think your mic has not been going through. I don't know. You rolled a stealth, so I don't know if you're.
I realized my ass has been muted this entire time because my mic has a mute on its own. I didn't say too much. Signis is just off to pick up Ace.
Okay.
Yeah.
He left to pick up Ace. He like saw like Rock talking about medication. He just does the peace out sign. Fucking disappears.
Okay. And Shieldbearer
said that, and now he's moving back to the Adventure of Hate as well.
Oh, okay. So Signis and Shieldbearer move back to Pate. Dr. Yorag, you hand the needle over to Valencia, who, well, I believe after soothing Roland for a bit, you just like stab in Roland. So go ahead and roll a healing. Meanwhile, Atlas, what are you doing after having burned this segment of the ground?
Normally, Atlas is constantly like, move forward, keep going towards the objective, but you kind of see like Atlas kind of standing there for a little bit, staring at like the fucking dead body. And you think, is Atlas like, reflecting on like, their actions and stuff, but then you just kind of see them like nudge the body with like their foot and just says,
Usually these detours lead to something. There is a very low chance that I just destroyed this person and nothing else will happen.
Well, we were hoping to get some information out of them, but... Well, for lack of a better word, they were acting like a wild animal.
Well, I suppose the detour was useless then. Very well. Let us move forward.
Rock's gonna inspect the quality of the water in this stream.
Okay. Give me just 1 second while I'm just doing something in the background.
Okay. But would that be a nature?
Yeah, that'll be a nature check. Damn, I'm surprised none of you like grabbed the loot of the of the night.
Wasn't it burned away? From what
Well,
you
no,
said?
the body was burned, but like I never
Everything
said
else
anything.
is fine.
Yeah, everything else is fine.
It was Dr. Rock's job to inspect the corpse.
I was gonna surgery. Rock doesn't really care about the spear. If you guys want to look at the new fancy spear, go ahead.
I mean, I don't use spears.
Nobody uses spears. That is true. I mean, Valencia is a lance. Question mark.
Yeah, like if you guys wanted to take it or Spectre to sell it, because like Rock saw it, that's fancy likely stuff, but it's like Rock doesn't know if that was the guy or if that was the weapon, because Rock's not a magic guy. That's Ace, and Ace isn't here.
Also, that would be 100 souls for everybody.
Sick.
Nice.
It was just a random encounter, like I said. Cool.
Hey,
tower,
extra
cool,
souls.
Alright.
Do we see Ace picks up the spear?
I mean, you all can hand
Ace
it.
isn't even here.
Y'all can hand
Ace
it
is
over.
Signis went back for Ace.
Actually, let's resolve that that as well. Also, Bard is here. I didn't notice that you joined. Again, my thing doesn't like let me hear notifications. Just to catch you up on what has been happening so far. The party was just dealing with the random encounter. They didn't fully like 100% trusted Pate. That's the name of the stranger, and they basically went ahead, found a knight that seemed to be undead to some extent, and beat the shit out of it. And now they're wondering if the spear that seemed to possess some like lightning abilities, like is magical in and of itself, or was just like the abilities of the knight. I guess if you give it to her. Okay. If we can say that one of you guys picked it up to bring it to Ace.
Yeah.
So, very quickly assessing what is going to happen here as you guys return over to the segment of the forest where you last left Pate and left Ace behind, watching over Pate. To put it shortly, with what would have happened here with Ace, Pate did much. He would have wanted to strike up conversation, I guess, while you guys were waiting for the party to show up. He would have said something like, "Your look is most unusual. Where do you hail from, friend?" Whether Ace would have engaged in conversation or not, that's up to you, Bard. Bard is typing in our Discord server. So it's not gonna show up in the Roll20 chat.
Yeah, they're almost home, so they're currently just kind of listening.
Should we just say from parts unknown? You know what? I fucks with it. That's very on character, I think. If you don't really strike up too much of a conversation with Pate, he would just kind of I guess shrug and say, "Well, in that case, I suppose we shall sit here without really knowing much about each other. A shame. You all look like very interesting individuals." As he'll just kind of let's sit there, almost literally twiddling his thumbs, as he's just kind of waiting around. Eventually, things are heard in the distance, and after a moment, you guys will return here with Pate and Ace.
Apparently, Ace would get him talking.
She would get him talking. Oh, what would get him talking about? Bard is typing. As his deal was from. His deal, he would say, my deal is that I'm a thrill seeker, you could say. I am looking for treasures, adventure. Wandering the land, however I please. The life of a drifter, I'm sure you will understand. And where do I hail from? Why, I'm from right here in Drangleic. From a village of no renown. Not worth mentioning, to be completely honest with you. I merely thought that life would be much more enjoyable if I was to spend it wandering rather than sitting in one place.
Damn, Ace boyfriend.
She not understand the fellow drifter, but he'll say though, I would be careful if I were you. I've ran into a lot of unsavory individuals out here that would take advantage of my trust. All sorts of kinds of ill-gotten gains, so to speak. Now, just between the two of you, I think you and your team, well, they are different. They're different from you or I. I'll say keep an eye over your shoulder. Not to distrust them, obviously. They seem like kind enough fellows, I would assume. But, well, you know how it is. Sometimes our closest bonds are the ones that are broken the most easiest. At this point,
the thing is, Signis has like a stupidly high movement speed, and he left like first. And he also rolled a stealth, so I think like just like, what are you guys talking about? Just like fucking Kakashi pose in a tree, not Kakashi pose, Itachi pose.
Are
Pose in a tree.
necromancers a known thing? Give me a history check, Shilberg, because there's actually a bit of a thing there. So Signis will appear.
What are you two talking about?
Pate will look over at you again, his expression unchanging completely. He'll, in my first time running into Bushwhackers, won't be the last. That
was a 26 in stealth. Like, hey, Signis should have just basically manifested. How the fuck?
Let's see where Lowen smokes. So you would walk into like Ace lighting up a cigarello and smoking. Pate will look over at you, and again, it doesn't. Even if it did caught him by surprise, like he clearly is good at not showing if it did. Like he will just say, "Oh, you're back. Is your team coming as well, or did it die?"
Yes. We dealt with the Knight 8, and I will say, they attacked us on sight. So maybe they're one of those hollow things that we've heard of.
Interesting. At this point, the rest of you will come up from the woods.
Yeah. How did my 23 nature to
the tree
go?
The water seemed pure enough. If you go a little bit further down river, like there's segments where like the blood of the ogre has kind of begun to seep into the water, but a little bit upriver, like you're able to see that it's just kind of seems to be still fine.
Rock would basically just say he'll refill all of our water supplies before we go.
Okay.
Because we got a fresh water source here.
Also, yeah, sorry, a 4, sorry, like Silver, you might not know a lot. You know there's rumors of people that may be like dabbling in like dark magics, but like you're not 100% sure if those are like true or not.
Yeah.
What's it called? Atlas will kind of say very like upfront.
Because it has been sufficiently proven that my initial suspicions tend to be quite correct. You, Pate, as it was.
Me.
What are your true intentions here?
I
am still
Signis?
suspicious of you. Your calm demeanor strikes me as one who is in full control of every situation that they are in. I would dare say that if all of us tried to jump you at the same time, you would prove an excellent combatant, even against a party of 6.
Signis like looks at Atlas like, why the hell would they tell you that? Not like actually saying it, but like you could just sort of like tell the expressions, just like, huh? It's like, what exactly gives you the impression that they're just gonna tell you if they actually mean us harm?
You comply. You will tell us exactly what your capabilities are, or you will be scorched into the earth like the last one.
I suppose if this is a situation where I'm under duress in order to answer, I have no choice but to do so, huh? No, the reason why I'm calm is not because I'm confident that I can take you all out. It's because I feel safe that you guys are here. You all look like very capable fighters. I knew it from the moment that I saw you. I knew that I was in no way in danger while you were around. At least not in danger of the forest. Though I am starting to reconsider if I'm in danger of you.
Signis is gonna insight that.
Atlas kind of like look like kind of tilts their head, like they're like the antenna on their head kind of looks like slightly like tilts like in kind of confusion and just kind of says,
Comply. Are you an idiot?
I'm gonna roll insight on that, if that's fine.
Last I
Comply,
checked.
are you... Atlas, comply, are you head empty or not? Answer the question.
You can make an insight check as well, Schubert. See if you can like discern if, like how capable of a fighter he is. Damn.
Yeah, because I don't trust him. He's way too he is calm, but cowardice. This is not trustworthy.
Is mild-mannered.
I just figured I'd try, because Rock's not really here at the moment because he's not filling water. I just figured I'd roll for the thing.
I'll say you're like coming back right as this conversation is happening. Well, this is, also.
Yeah, but he said he was too scared.
What's it called? So, Signis. Well, there's only one thing at a time.
What
so
about
Signis?
Signis?
Well, no.
You rolled a 20 fucking 1.
Yeah, that's what I say. Like, there's only one thing at a time here. Signis, you were trying to see if like he's like bullshitting you or something to that effect. What were you trying to discern specifically with your insight?
Yeah, just checking if he's bullshitting us with his statement to Atlas.
Ooh, I think I'm like super delayed.
Atlas asked the question and he responded, and
yeah, I think you might be.
Yeah, I'm super delayed. Give me a second. Okay, things stabilized now. So go ahead, repeat what you were saying, because again, your stuff came in like way late.
Atlas is asked the question, and Pate responded. Signis is trying to discern whether or not the fucker's lying, because
that
like,
he's feeling
that's
safe
a pretty good
when
tell
you
whether or
guys
not.
are around.
Yeah.
You can tell that with that insight check, you feel like how do I word this?
He can
He
take us on. That was the same answer, right?
is not his type. Is a weasel. Yeah, exactly. Like Var just said. Like you can tell he's kind of a weasel. Like he knows when he's out of his league, and maybe just kind of like accepts like, oh, there's really nothing I can do at the moment. With the insight check to determine if he's a capable fighter, Valencia Shieldbearer, well, obviously Shieldbearer and Rock are not like 100% sure. Valencia, you believe he's capable in the sense that he probably doesn't just rely on brute force. His specialty lies probably somewhere else.
In getting out of situations, perhaps?
You believe so.
That's my thing.
He is a sneaky fucker.
Pages. Okay.
Oh my god. Oh god.
So, yeah, he will, when you ask him, are you an idiot? He'll say, I don't believe I am. Last I check.
Atlas is going to spend like a beat and then just turn around to Valencia and say like,
I am directly delegating this task to you. I have no idea how to deal with these types of people.
You do realize we can just leave. Valencia just
Let us keep moving.
Yeah,
Just the awkward pause of like, you realize we don't have to talk to him, right?
yeah, Signis gets out of the tree in the way that he introduced himself to y'all, just fucking throws the cane in down to stick it into the ground, flips off the tree, and lands on it.
I for a second I interpret that as Signis just giving the tree the bird for some fucking reason.
What? No.
You said he flips off the tree. I was like,
The same thing.
God damn it!
Rock seeing Signis do the flip again and landing on Noda states, Zangself may be capable, but one of these days there is a chance you might slip and hurt yourself.
I would say just
I will let you sit there and thine recklessness for good minute.
what's it called?
Everything for a good show.
I will say, like, Signis, just out of curiosity, just maybe like an acrobatics check to see if, how crazy of a flip this is. Holy shit, that's a 23. Yeah,
that's a pretty crazy flip.
That's a very crazy flip. Like, you guys see as Signis, does this thing where, like, does like the forward flip, and then his legs like land on one of the branches, and then he uses that branch to add to the momentum of the flip, and then like pushes himself off of it and just lands on the ground like gracefully.
No, he's landing on the cane.
Oh, on
he's
the
like
cane.
using his heel, like he the way he introduced himself at the very start was he threw the cane down from a height, and then landed on like the crook of the cane as like a perch. This is what he's doing.
Okay, well, yeah, so, you've like basically dig the cane into the ground, because I imagine even though your body weight may not be a lot, like you're still landing on an upright cane that is already stuck on the ground. So you just kind of like dig it a little bit further once you land. And then you are able to just like step off of it and then pop it out of the ground with some effort. Pate kind of nods and says, "That was very splendid. Now, my friends, it seems our time here has been short, but quite intriguing." Atlas walks into the distance and Pate says, "I will, you over there, I will see, I suppose we shall see each other again later on."
I think everybody's just used to like, this is shenanigans by now. Oh, go on, sorry.
Go ahead, Atlas.
No, it's just
maybe.
I was expecting Atlas to take that as a threat.
Pate looks over and says, I think that one likes me."
Cuba would say, I am a bit confused though. You don't seem out of your comfort and quite calm, but you did say you were scared to go on to face the knight in battle.
I know where my limits lie at. I knew that, had I tried to, to attack this knight individual, he would most definitely have cut me down where I stood. It's better to just wait for an opportunity, I think. And, well, honestly, I imagine the ogre would have been... the ogre fight would have been enough to take him down, but he knows... he looked like he had not break a sweat. Then you came along and cut him down, so I guess you must be all even stronger than an ogre.
Atlas just kind of punched him.
I did my share.
Yes, you did.
Seems all of you,
Honestly, kind of out of character, I'm kind of surprised Valencia didn't comment on the fact that Signis basically just used a fucking dragon breath.
She hasn't yet.
Let's see, it's not far off. I know this type is harmless enough, says Ace. So Spate, save travels Spate. Why is Spate in quotations in this sentence, Bart?
I think Bart took my fucking pages joke too fucking seriously.
So Fate will just kind of shrug and wave you guys and says, I will suppose we shall find each other later on. I don't suppose you have a way that we can meet each other again. Yes, it is a big country, I imagine. Oh well. At any rate, I wish for us to have pleasant relationships, I suppose. He kind of extends his hand up to shake anyone's hand if anybody pays some attention.
Same. Gilbert shakes that.
You shake his hand and you feel a prick in your hand, like a slight sting.
He's fucking dead.
He's fucking dead.
Yes, new character. Let's go.
You look and you look down and you don't see any immediate wound or anything like that. Same with Ace. You shake his hand and you feel like a slight prick. And when he notices, if you guys are looking at your hand, when he notices that, he says, "Oh, apologies. It must have been this." As he kind of shows his hand, and you see that he has a ring on that is kind of thorny on the exterior of the ring. Not the interior, he's able to put it on just fine, but it's kind of like a ring of thorns basically around it.
I don't know why, but I'm just imagining lactose being injected into Gilbert.
Gilbert isn't lactose intolerant, alright?
No. You have to understand. Every character you make will have the lactose intolerant joke, okay? You can't escape it. You cannot escape it.
Yeah. So I am almost here, and Ace would just say to Pate, "Are you like a bush, an assassin or something?" Kind of whispering over to him.
He chuckles, and the first time you ever heard him chuckle, since you talk to him, and he says, "Nothing like that, of course not. This is merely one of the many treasures that I have gathered over my time traveling."
Could you roll me Could you roll Ace's insight, because she's ran into assassins before. This looks like something they would have.
This one? Brock is gonna de-checking Gilbert, the prick he meant.
You can roll me a medicine check.
Valencia, give Brock guidance.
Yep, I can give guidance if you ask for it.
Also, I rolled an 18 as Ace. Ace, you gathered that the ring does look like it could have belonged to an assassin. It kind of has this darkened edge. Well, maybe not an assassin specifically, but certainly some form of unsavory kind.
Well, damn.
It looks a little bit out of place in his hand, because his armor is kind of like this very light brownish like coloration. So like either he didn't like color coordinate the the armor with the ring, or like the ring straight up not his.
I rolled a 32 to see if Shieldbear got poisoned.
You look, see if you find any like varicose veins or any other signs of like poisoning or venom, and no sign. You're 100% certain that there's no poison being carried in the Slorns.
Rock, after examining Shieldbear's hand, looks up to him, gives Shieldbear the okay nod. The waste of a 32, but fuck. Rock is the autistic guy. Asked, "Hey, can you check this thing that is your hyperfixation? Roll the maximum thing possible." Just the first time he's asked, "Hey, can you check if I'm poisoned?" And he rolls a fucking crit, the highest crit he could get.
Jesus, that was actually pretty good, pretty good in the roll. Holy shit!
I rolled a 32, and it was nothing, but still.
After shaking hands, Pate just kind of slings like his spear over his shoulder, and then he will begin to walk, in a random direction of the forest, and he'll say, "Be careful, all of you out there. Watch out for any unsavory characters you might run into. You never know who might be out to get you." And he will just wander off, and I'll just add him to the journal at this point.
When he leaves, Ace will identify the prick. Oh yeah, she wears gloves. So would it have gone through her glove?
You would have felt the prick, but it wouldn't have pierced the glove. Like he didn't grab your hand like tight enough to like just like dig the thorn into you. Sorry, I couldn't speak for a moment there. Sorry.
Now I am back at Computron.
Welcome back. Oh, see, incredibly dateable man. But yeah. Pate will then disappear into nothingness. Not literally, obviously. Like he just wanders off. And you guys
he pulls a sickness.
And you guys will continue on your way.
Roll a stealth
Through the through the forest. Give me 1 second. Oh, go ahead. Sorry.
I was gonna say before we do go, Rockwood Brew. It was Atlas, Valencia, Shieldbear.
How long does it take?
It takes me 10 minutes to make potions.
Yeah, if Ace sees you guys, she looks surprised, like, "Holy smokes, what happened to y'all?"
Yeah, because it just takes me 10 minutes and any number of reagent dice to brew potions.
Basically nothing. I went into the sky and destroyed the target immediately.
And
because I got him half down.
Yeah, it was 5 of us in the fight, 4 of us got injured. Roland's already gotten a potion that I had made beforehand. So I'll spend 4 reagent dice to make 4 basic healing potions, and I'm gonna give 1 to each person.
Continue, sorry.
I was gonna say, unless Atlas doesn't want one, because they didn't really take much damage because it was from the fall.
Yeah, they took like 2. It's fine.
Yeah, so I'll make 3 potions, 1 for Valencia, 1 for Shieldbearer, and 1 for Signis, because they took damage.
But yeah, Valencia will answer Ace's question. Just, we came across a knight, but they didn't seem fully human. Perhaps they were one of those hollow things.
That spear that they gave you was their weapon of choice. The rest, not much worth investigating. The spear, when wielded by them, seemed to have some kind of electrical properties, but I have no idea. But the arcane is not mine. field of expertise, so I have no idea if it was the person themselves or the weapon.
Let me take a look at it real quick, Doc. If you got it on you.
I believe out of character, I believe we gave it, someone took it and gave it to Ace.
Yes.
Yeah, we gave it to Ace.
Do you want to identify the spear, Ace?
Yeah, like she would.
The spear is nothing special, you realize. At least not like, in like the grander scheme of things of magical items, as it were. You sense that whatever enchantment it had is like very old and has even begun to like fade away with age. It is a very simple, like Doctor Strange would say, a very simple spell, but a powerful one, an unbreakable one. You will sense that this is, well, as I say spear in quotations, it's more like a pike. It more has like the length of a pike. But does carry like a level of enchantment with it, so out of character, basically what it does is just it's a magical pike that deals an additional 1d4 lightning on each strike. Nothing super special, but you imagine it probably was better like ages ago before the enchantment started fading away.
Is this like a fucking like common magic item?
Basically,
I guess so.
At this point, like it probably was better back in the day, but the enchantment is no longer as strong.
Yeah, and because of my weapon style, that's not useful for me because I can't. Because of my two-hand, I can't use my rapier.
Yeah,
Yeah, and I'm a fire guy.
Yeah, Ace looking at it would be like, well, whatever sort of enchantments that were on here, they're starting to fade away a little bit. Whoever was wielding it most of its stomping power probably came from them. Most you could do is probably zap somebody. Buddy, when you stab them.
If you are an inventor, or at the very least a tinkerer like you have described yourself, perhaps it should be you who wields it. I am sure that even someone like you can wield something as basic as a spear, correct?
I mean, this more like a pike than anything. Guess the fella was pretty big.
Sorry, I'm back. Signis sort of like thinks about it and just says, we could also just keep it and then hand it off to one of the future guards of Majula once we get a garrison going. Considering
Good idea, actually.
We could also, since it seems to have gotten weaker with age, perhaps we could find a way to upgrade it back to former status, or as mentioned, we could give it to our guardsmen, as it might prove useful for those resistant to the mundane.
You probably have to find some particular materials. Don't suppose you. Well, you'll probably have to find whatever sort of materials that are good for enchanting around here, because that might be a little bit tricky to come by, depending on the place you're going to. And maybe they have some in the city. But for now, we'll just put it in the old satchel, as Ace just opens up her satchel, and you just see the pike just go in, like, friggin' the blunt end first, and sort of just all the way down in there.
The entire length of the pike just goes into the satchel. One thing
Bag
that
of holding.
one thing that I will note is that Valencia, upon you returning to your retainers, Fern will jump up and say, Lady Valencia, what happened? Is Roland hurt? As he just like runs over, inspecting Roland. Are you hurt? It sounded like the sounds of battle in the distance.
I'm fine. Roland received a bit of a hit, though. We disposed of the foe quickly, though.
Thanks to Atlas, they have been flattened. They have become a part of the ground.
I see. Of course, I shouldn't have been worried that you would be able to take down such a minor threat, Lady Valencia.
Indeed, nothing more than a bandit.
He nods, and you see as Cersei and Gwenalt also like come by, like basically just to do the usual process after a battle. You know that often happens to you, Valencia, where they just like, okay, makeup, cleaning. You know, like let's make sure everything's orderly.
Yep.
Like Cersei just kind of like pulls out like a duster and begins to like clean like any form of
What's it called?
you know, dirtiness that may have gotten into the armor, and you know,
As they like, you know, fix up like Valencia's makeup, like Atlas will actually ask,
What are they doing to your face, Commander?
She's getting dolled up. And
Replacing the makeup, of course. We were in battle, were we not?
Okay,
Make-
I'm just scroll up.
This term is unfamiliar to me. What is this? What is the purpose? Is it to reduce glare from the sun in order to fight better at certain positions of the day?
It is a.
No, it just makes
a,
somebody look nicer.
It is a.
Hey,
We'll just go look at Atlas and would state. In the practical terms, it is a product designed from various materials, depending on the type or brand or specifics, used by individuals to improve upon their physical characteristics or hide marks and or injuries, and to make themselves look more appealing to those they seek to attract.
Neither of you are prime combatants trained in military and combat. I am sure that Lady Valencia's knightly prowess would not allow her to do something like that for something such as vanity. I would like to ask the lady herself, what are you using that for?
it is
It
for
looks
vanity.
it makes her all pretty.
Let
It
her
makes her all.
speak. I will strangle you.
I am a knight. I am a noble. I have to look the part, do I not?
Ace just trying Ace with a similar voice to Valencia. It makes her all pretty.
I'm going to be
But please do not start a fight right now. We do not need this. Wait till you're in Fort Cardinal.
So is this some sort of psychological warfare you are playing, Commander?
It's to make her look all cute for any knights or
Be quiet, bandit! I am asking the Commander.
Valencia just looks smugly at Ace. After being told to shut up.
So
Ace sticks a tongue out at Valencia and flips her off.
Now, Lady Knight, comply. What is the actual use of this?
Well, all nobles wear this kind of stuff. It's kind of custom to do so.
So it is like a sort of uniform, then, to maintain discipline.
I wouldn't say so. Signis
I'd
like
say
pulls
so.
out like.
just
Here's the thing. You see Signis.
Rock to the side is just slow blinking at the bullshit reviews. It's makeup. It is made to make people look nice. That is it. There is no complex reasoning. Worn by
Signis
people
actually
so
pulls
much.
out Signis pulls out one of those like little like mirrors with like little like thing that you like dab your face with. What the fuck is it called again?
vanity mirrors.
Yeah, a little vanity mirror with like concealer or something like that. Just like it takes off the mask, just like starts applying some to himself. Just like, no, not any particular reason. It is genuinely more so for vanity. I do use it for disguise, however. Sometimes the easiest way into a noble's home is pretending to be a maid. Just like very casually as he like.
While I accept your reasoning as your reasoning, none of you are knights like the lady here. Therefore, I will accept her explanation.
It's
And
not a
Lady
night thing.
Yes.
You are a squire, you do not count.
You know how many nights I know? It's not a night thing.
Lady Knight, explain this discrepancy to me.
He's
Clearly
calling
they're-
you on your bowl.
Well, clearly they're not from Drangleic.
I have worked-
Understood, noting this down as cultural context.
I have also worked with nobles and such. It is much more to kind of compare your discrepancy that you are noticing, Atlas. Makeups and other such designs are more used in the nobility to make themselves look younger or more and such things to purvey that they are basically to make them, in a weapons term, they make themselves look more polished and outstanding to appeal to the others.
It's an
Or an
important status symbol.
Whilst other soldiers and knights, those might not of nobility or those that do not care for such things, do not use the materials. It depends on the person and their needs. For example, knights from where shield bearer are from may have no need for such purpose, or are not of no standing to where they would care for such things, whilst those like Lady Valencia from noble houses might care more about their physical appearance and presenting themselves more highly to others.
I hope you understand, Doctor, that your explanation makes significantly less sense than what I am getting from the Lady Knight. Is what I would say. What are you talking about status symbol?
What do you mean?
Is
Oh my
that
God.
not completely arbitrary and superfluous?
It is.
Well, I guess it is. It is. Signis like very like he for a second he drops the act. He's just like it is.
Well, Valencia's just kind of like confused out of all of his. Right. Let me explain. Drangleic is a kingdom. It's run by a king, and this king rules over nobles, people such as I. Status symbol is important to denote who controls what.
And who's the most highfalutin, hot-aired so-and-so in the land?
Well, that'll be King Vendrick, of course.
I am
Okay,
still confused.
Swing.
Perhaps you are top. You take the role of a noble, but are you not taking the role of a knight in this case? We are heading into scenarios that potentially cause combat.
Indeed,
Signis,
hence why the makeup needs to be reapplied.
Signis,
But why does it need to be maintained?
For appearances.
Why do appearances need... Do you not understand the discrepancy that is rearing its head here?
It's not for
Signis
efficiency.
At this point.
would,
Oh, go ahead, Signis.
I've been trying to say shit for a while. Signis would just like sort of note, the two aren't mutually exclusive. You can try, as you've seen in with yours truly, one can still function in combat while showing off in some way, shape, or form.
I would hardly call it functional. I would call it completely inefficient.
It doesn't have to be. It doesn't have to be functional, and it doesn't have to be efficient. It is simply something that we do. It's not it's not per se a bad thing. Being able to express oneself is honestly quite invigorating. I understand that you may come from a different culture, but it's it doesn't per se just need to be one or the other.
At this point, Cersei speaks up and says, "The thief speaks right, and I will have no one question what my lady decides to put on her face or not. This is the decision that she has taken, and it is not one for us or any of you to question."
I do not care what she uses, if she uses makeup or not. The only time I would ever care is if the ingredients are dangerous to thine health.
Is there lead in there?
Well, that's all Rock cares about. He doesn't give a shit if you use makeup. The only time he cares
is asbestos.
he literally only cares if you're using makeup that has dangerous ingredients. Otherwise, go the fuck ahead.
I originally said like they need to reapply makeup thing as like a joke, but I didn't expect Katya to run with it, and everybody else to run with it.
Hey, here's the thing, it works. It works.
You have Atlas.
Atlas will kind of just reply to like what Signis said as
Article 11 of Glamoth military regulations. This self-identification and individuality is permitted between units. Any further displays outwardly towards civilians and non-combatants, as well as the enemy, are strictly prohibited. The fact that you all willingly choose to be inefficient during combat is merely a sign of inexperience and a desire to engage in vanity rather than actually do the mission.
It's called being prepared for all situations.
Signis,
You never know who you might run into.
Can't wait to get
The only self-care I give is grooming and making sure my natural coatings are coated on all my feathers to ensure that my body remains healthy. Otherwise, I do not care for such things. I understand them due to the fact that some makeups contain ingredients poisonous for the user's health, and I've had to treat a few cases myself. But outside of that, I do not care for such things. People are people. That is the end of the discussion.
At this point,
Signis is
go ahead. Sorry.
Signis is just gonna say those may be Glomoth's military regulations, but not every military shares the same choice. It is,
and therefore
how
every
they
other
run.
military is objectively inferior. It is not a surprise that none of your militaries have mastered space exploration yet.
I don't believe your military is also responsible for running a kingdom, though, is it?
The Glomoth Empire is ever expanding and spans multiple galaxies.
I would correct you and say not yet.
Yes, exactly.
Still time.
You are far behind, and you need these impurities to be purged from your behaviors.
At this point, Gwendol speaks up.
Are you allowed? Sorry, go ahead.
At this point, Gwendol speaks up, and he's like, "Well, I don't know. I just think the colors look nice."
That's the most genuine answer ever.
Yeah.
AO296158. Are you allowed to talk about these impurities? Wouldn't that be giving us hints and advice of how to reach these interspatial travel? Which is against your own code?
Keep moving! We are closer to the town now! Keep moving! Stop coming! All of you!
Friggin' Atlas is just called out on her shenanigans. On their
Atlas-
shenanigans, like,
I was gonna say.
Get you over. Go ahead.
No, I was just gonna say, like, speaking of arriving at town, remember what I said. The town is like almost like a day and a half worth of travel. You technically have already moved the miles for the day after this encounter. Like, you just move like a couple of miles forward, and that's basically like nighttime
get
falls.
Shortcut?
Yes.
Because of the
you did,
checks we
hold on.
made?
let me see. In that case, never mind. I am stupid. I did not remember that you guys took the shortcut. Ignored what I just said as I made a fool of myself. The
It happens to every fucking DM. It's fine. It happens like it happens every Fate session.
I love that. I love the fact that it's like Atlas overzealous argument of why other militaries are inferior, why their military is the best, why everybody else is so slow, what they should get rid of them, stop being so slow. Gets told, hey, are you supposed to tell us this? Loading wheel loads.
Leaves.
Okay, so moving on.
Also, for those who are commenting on the chat live here, no, don't actually eat makeup. That's bad for your health. That's not something that we endorse or recommend. It's like when people were saying that you can eat Tide Pods. Like that, yeah, no, don't do that. That kills you.
But no, seriously, Signis did fucking ask Valencia, is there lead in there?
The finest uranium green to highlight the red a bit and a bit of.
Signis is just like, oh no! Signis is just like looking at her with like genuine fear in his eyes. You need to stop using that.
Well,
I am not about to explain radiation.
Speaking of green, actually,
What?
here's what's gonna happen. Cause you guys see in the distance, after getting past a couple of trees in the tree line that's kind of blocking some of the visibility here in the path that you're taking down the mountain. Well, you know, you're way beyond the mountain at this point, but you know, point still stands. You see in the distance what appears to be a massive, probably miles long fort that extends throughout the eastern coast of Drangleic. Lo and behold, you see ahead of you what you believe to be Fort Cardinal, and on the nearby distance, the town. In fact, you're approaching from quite an odd angle at this point, as you're actually the pathway, quote unquote, that you're using seems to be like blocked partially by a segment of the fort wall that seems to be kind of built in such an angle. You see what appears to be a number of silhouettes moving in the ramparts of the fort. Perhaps soldiers of Drangleic that are, you know, on their usual so like day watch in duty. The fort itself, walls that are probably like on the tens, if not 100 feet tall, with watchtowers located in different positions of the tower of the fort that are visible even from the ground. You see that a lot of those towers, aforementioned towers, kind of also bear the flag with the coat of arms of Drangleic. There is, well, it's grandiose to put it one way. Just seeing the sheer size of this structure.
Should we ask them which way to get to the entrance?
Can Signis try and like fucking steal the uranium makeup? Just to get it away.
I don't think Katya was being 100% serious on that, being made out of a uranium.
Whether
She wouldn't even.
I have uranium or not depends on the DM.
I don't think they even know what uranium is.
Yeah, I'm gonna say that was just like that's probably not it. Like, there's probably is a material in, like, Valencia's makeup that is probably not super good to put on, like, an average humanoid skin, but, like, Valencia's like half-dragon. So I imagine, like, it's not, like, super susceptible to that material. You know, whether, and I'm not gonna specify what material it is, because then you're gonna be like, oh, if it's uranium, can we make nukes, Vorty? And I'm gonna say, no, shut up.
What the fuck, no! We're not gonna make nukes!
Look, we already had that discussion because Rock could technically, if we went to level 20, make them. We already had the discussion of the party's reaction to mass destruction as a universal no.
The roleplay is just no.
Yeah, I'm gonna say... I'm gonna say no, there's no uranium there. But anyway, like I said, the path is kind of like placed in this weird, like, crooked way that are partially blocked by the fort. Again, you guys know that this is not like, or discerned rather, this is not like a path that has been traversed in years, perhaps. But you do see that you can technically like skirt around the fort and go, to the town nearby. So what will you do?
My brain's just getting Oblivion flashbacks where like you just jump on one of the walls and just walk along the edge until you eventually reach the fucking door. Rock just kind of looks to the burning stage. Valencia, have themsleves been to this specific locale of Drangleic before?
Have I? I imagine I have.
Also, you have on occasions, visiting and the like, making the rounds around the kingdom. You have been around Fort Cardinal and the town for a bit. No, Indy, you spoiled Crystal Punk to one of my Thursday players. No, just kidding. That's no, just kidding. No, don't feel bad about it. I have things prepared for them. Don't worry. But that's besides the point. That's a different campaign. You have been around. You kind of roughly know what the structure is. You know, on occasions they do allow civilians and travelers into the fort itself. Because due to like trading and the like, or like even like mercenary work as well. If there's like a quest board, of sorts, they might like request outside assistance outside of the ranks of the army. But as it stands right now, do you have any specific question regarding the knowledge that Valencia may have for this?
That's basically all I wanted to know. So Valencia will just say, I believe I could request a room in the fort. However, looks at Ace. They don't allow bandits inside.
Signis is like
daggers at Valencia.
You see as Signis like approaches the town, he quickly swaps outfits, not like to the hunter's outfit, but like something else. It's still purple, a lot of purple still, but it's like notedly different. And he's just says, "Oh, I have no idea how far the news has spread. I might be wanted here."
What?
Rock would also look to Valencia and state, also, given thine current predicament with the rumor around thine taking of funds, would it be best to engage with the nobles of this settlement?
And wouldn't that make you a bandit as well, Scales?
I am not a bandit.
Right.
Signis.
Embezzler.
I was innocent in the whole affair, I'll have you know.
I am not claiming thine guilt, but given that you are recused, would it be ideal to meet with the nobles?
We came here for trading. So,
yes,
don't we need to trade with the nobles?
Well, when it comes to trading, nobles run a settlement. But when it comes to setting up deals with ingredients, as I have done so when I ran mine shop in mine home, it is more the merchants and the trading systems in the town you would need. Settlements is more dealing with nobles is more internation deals. Otherwise, if you simply wish to organize a transportation of grain, you need to talk to the Von who owns the grain and ask to buy some.
Indeed.
I assume.
If I may
this
add,
is also late evening.
It is getting to like evening time at this point by the time you arrive at town, because this would be like on the last hour of the 8 hours of travel that you would have encompassed here.
If we alert the nobles that there's a brand new village for the taking, That technically doesn't belong to anyone as of right now. Not legally speaking. We would lose the settlement.
Or
That would
we
be a
would
very
have
bad
to,
idea, yes.
or we would have to fend off against in an undeveloped settlement against numerous armed convoys seeking to lay claim. So
It may be in our best interest that we just rent a room for the night. I have some coin on me if we need. Signis like pulls out a small pouch, looks in like sees like 38 coins. Like, does this seem like enough to like get at like any sort of inn at all? Like with Signis's like knowledge so far.
How many coins you said you had?
38.
38.
Like you're fine. Your inns usually charge like anywhere between like silver to copper for like mundane inns as it were. Now if you want to get like something real fancy accommodations, now that's when we're talking about gold. But you're not sure if they'll have those like in this town nearby the fort.
Looking to see.
Signis just like pulls out a coin and flips it.
Rock looks. If we are looking for a place to stay for the night, I recommend a place that is unremarkable. We do not need over extravagance for signifying that we have coin, even though we are not incredibly wealthy. Would mark us for potential thieves to try and steal our goods, and be seen as too poor might potentially lead to issues if we are trying to sell or apparently have money. It's best to just be unremarkable in this situation.
Oh god, I can't appear poor.
I am
Well,
not
it looks
saying
like
that-
somebody's failed in that mission.
That is why I am saying we simply go to a standard inn. A knight would not seem out of. I imagine a knight would not simply be seen out of place. Staying in a armored traveler would not be seen as out of place in a standard tavern.
Narrows eyes. Define standard.
What's wrong, Scales? You two.
Decent bedding, decent bedding, common meals. Not a 10-foot bed in a 20-foot room for a singular person. Your standard run-of-the-mill inn. Not. If I had to rate it on a scaling of 1 to 10, a solid 5 or 6.
Atlas kind of like puts like their hands up. Well, their hand up
Alternatively-
rather.
Okay.
Yeah, Roger, yes, Atlas.
What is an inn?
Oh,
It is a domicile. It is a domicile of rest for travelers or those without housing that also supplies meals and drink at a fixed rate of money for every night that is stayed.
That sounds insanely extravagant. Should we not just find some sort of stasis pod to seal ourselves in?
I do not know what that is.
Oh, right. Yes.
Actually, Rock does know kind of what that is because he remembers you talking about it. Says, I do not believe that's whatever that thing you have mentioned exists in this planetary sphere.
We really are in the boonies.
Signis is just gonna. Cygnus thinks about it for a moment and just says, alternatively, we could just camp out on the edge of of town. I understand why some of us might want to rest in a bed, but considering our current financial circumstances and the fact that some of us may not be receptive to sleeping in an inn, but seems to still be fine with it setting up camp, we could just do that.
I am fine. I would not mind paying for the inn stay. I have the money.
I would prefer. Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
We can help organize which one we will stay in if that will appease if everyone is fine with such things.
I prefer camping.
I'll make sure to keep my budget low. Only a couple gold.
You got
Gold
one
coins.
gold coin. One.
Void coins.
15, actually.
Rocket isn't gonna.
It's your budget.
Rocket isn't going.
Cygnus, like, turns his head.
Rocket isn't going to look to Atlas because he knows Atlas doesn't really understand the fucking inn situation, so he's not going to bother asking camp or inn because they don't understand one of the options.
You got hotels or where you're from?
He's going to look to Ace and he's going to ask, so Ace, I know Valencia and Signis. I know that Valencia would prefer to camp, to go to an inn. I would also like to myself. What is your decision, to camp or to go to an inn?
Like, I don't mind sleeping under the stars. Staying in an inn ain't bad. I've slept in hotels and saloons before. Ain't that bad. Also, looking over at Atlas. Tin Man, y'all got hotels where you're from?
I do not understand this term, no.
A big old building where you sleep for a night?
I will be honest. Most buildings just look like buildings to me. The Glomoth Iron Cavalry rarely actually enters residences of civilians. We are deployed to the war. We are deployed to the war zone, and then leave the war zone and return directly back to base.
So the best way to describe it is your military unit does not have what is called a civilian life.
Correct.
Well, now's the opportunity to taste some luxury.
Signis, what is thine decision? Would you rather be in the wilderness on the edge of town, though I would be against that as it is a bit suspicious to camp outside? Or would we prefer to reside within a tavern? And he'll also ask the retainers, like, what would their opinion be, camp or tavern?
Oh, I was actually about to type some of their comments, actually. Fern will say, if we do opt for an inn, I would prefer one that has some stables readily available for Roland. And Cersei will say, of course, it will also have to request individual rooms. I will not do it with my lady living in a common room with the rest of you. No offense.
I can simply... I will not pay for individual rooms for that. That might be too expensive. However, when making room arrangements, I can arrange for you and your lady to share one.
I am incredibly confused why we are not all getting individual rooms.
Because we do not have money.
Why does it cost? Why does it cost more to separate units?
Because we occupy more space that other people could take.
But units should be kept separate for isolation and meditation reasons.
Ain't y'all got like barracks or something?
No, we have stasis pods because we do not live at the boonies.
Honestly,
on the note,
Atlas has just been having a fucking crisis.
a note of not having enough money. I did mention before to you, Valencia, and just in general, I think this would be knowledge for a lot of you who are, have been in the setting for a long enough amount of time. You guys do know that sometimes, like I said, the local authorities do request exterior assistance in dealing with certain matters for monetary payment.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
So, actually, you know what? Cygnus is just gonna be like, I could just look for I could just watch to see if there's any thieves that pass by, and then pinch their pockets.
It is getting late. I would say I do not mind paying for this night, and tomorrow in the morning we can organize and see if there are any job postings for work we can take. I would rather keep us from committing any criminal activities that would get us arrested or kicked out of the town. He's mainly looking between Signis, because he's actively mentioned he wants to commit crimes, and Valencia and Ace, because they're planning on dueling each other, and he doesn't want to
Why are you
cause a
looking at
war.
me for that?
Because you two are planning to duel each other, and I'd rather we not make a ruckus.
Dueling ain't illegal. Well, is it illegal over here?
No, it's not.
See, we're in the letter of the law.
Signis is just sitting there like, in like the unfamiliar. So it's just like, well, I'll just let's just walk into town and move in from there. If you see any wanted posters that may have a visage of my mask, it may be best to only refer to me as Mr. Walker.
Oh, all right, Walker.
You do see that nearby the entrance of town there is like a small guard post nearby like the main road, with a couple of Drangleic soldiers stationed there.
Rock. Oh, good.
What were you gonna say?
I was gonna say, Rock, when we get close to the guards, would ask them if they basically say that they're new travelers to this town, and would ask if they know where a decent inn, like not like decent as in like common folk decent, like not super extravagant or anything, inn is that would have a stable that has a stables for or horses and such.
You will ask the guards this as you approach?
Well, obviously do the standard greetings and all of that, like stating that, hey, we're travelers. Then he'll ask if they know where places.
You will see two different, soldiers stationed there, wearing different uniforms, though still bearing the same coat of arms of Drangleic. One of them looks a little bit more well armored than the other. The usual, I guess, standard issue like Drangleic soldier attire. At the very least for like the baseline infantry, it's mostly like a brigandine with a sort of like oval like helmet on top, and the other one seems to be wearing, however, like slightly better equipment. Most likely something along the lines of like breastplate, and a sort of like more triangular sort of like shaped helmet. I'm gonna put down like the 2 tokens of the knights on the screen, because these would be the ones that are standing at the door of the at the entrance of town. There's no specific like walls surrounding the town because the fort's already a deterrent enough.
Okay, question though. Since it's getting late and Ace's hair is mostly fire, how do they react to somebody with a wiper that's glowing?
That's where I was leading. You guys see that when you approach, it doesn't take you too long, of you guys walking down the road, for you hear one of the guards shout and say, "Halt, travelers! You travel very late at night. You approach the town of Fort Cardinal. What is it that what is the nature of your travel?" And kind of leans forward. You see as he kind of looks over at the other guard, and they kind of whisper something to each other that you can't quite hear at a distance. You see that one of the one that seems to be like less equipped than the other looks over at you and says, "And do not take this the wrong way, travelers, but is one of you wearing a lantern underneath their headpiece by any chance?"
Ace hearing that, she looks miffed, and you see smoke kind of billowing from underneath the hat. Like,
it's more of a candle.
It is all. It is all. Rockwood. They are not so good.
Signis probably would have just like put a hand on Ace's shoulder and shook his head like, not worth it right now.
Rockwood state, there is no lantern. It is all natural. We are a very, very bunch. He's just looking at what he presumes to be a human. He's fairly.
They both are human. Or human looking.
Not the guards. I meant in our party because we have Signis. who, to all intents and purposes, to Talk's current understanding, is human. Atlas, who is human ? Valencia, who's dragon ? Shieldbearer, who is humanoid bear. Ace, who is fire human, and Rock, who is Birdman, and then his Rock itself is Birdman.
You do see that they all seem kind of like, not like jumpy, but they do seem like a little bit apprehensive because you can probably guess that they've never seen people like Ace or you, Rock. Well, I guess Shieldbearer and Rock, like they don't really like zero in on you because they are familiar with the concept of beast people, but like, you know, they don't probably.
Still weird.
It's still kind of like an odd sight around here. Like visible, not really super common in this region of Drangleic. But mostly their attention is focused on Ace, Valencia, and believe it or not, Atlas as well is garnering like a little bit of their attention.
Yeah, I mean, this fucking pristine ass armor.
Yeah, like they're all kind of like looking at you guys like, what is happening? Like,
Valencia will just call out like, "We're here to stay a night. Is there a problem?"
We are travelers who have recently crossed the roads.
They kind of like look at each other. One of them speaks up, the one that is better equipped, and says, "Do not take this the wrong way, but some of you are not very our usual crowd. Apologies. It's quite late at night, and we've been out in this ship for a while. Where exactly do you hail from, if we may ask?"
You're speaking to Valencia Draco de Leo.
They kind of look at each other. They whisper at each other. Like, from the Dragon Riders?
Correct.
They take a moment to think. One of them, you see that one of them like looks at the sky for some reason. As if they're looking for something. And then
Your dragon.
and then the other one says, where would your worm mount be, Lady Dragon Rider?"
Well, I don't have them with me right now.
"I see.
I'm only traveling, not going on a campaign.
Of course, apologies. I did not mean to assume. Are all of you are traveling together, I take it?"
Yes, these are my companions.
"Very well."
I would like to ask if we are allowed in. There would be a decent inn for common folk that also possesses a stable for the lady's mount.
One of them kind of gestures a little bit further into town and says, "You will find an inn not too far into town. It's one of the larger buildings. You cannot miss it." The more armored one says, "And, well, if it's not too much to ask, do not cause too much of a ruckus in town. It is quite late at night. People are trying to sleep."
We do not intend to, right, everyone?
Of course.
Very well.
Ace saying in a language you don't understand. Well, actually, no. Rock speaks primordial. I think.
We just need to We just need to do a quick once-over of your belongings, if you don't mind, making sure you're not bringing anything particularly dangerous into town. Standard procedure.
Yeah, that's right.
Would the 20 bombs, potion of poison, and snake venom and serpent venom be a problem?
They will certainly raise some questions.
I also have a vial of acid and 20 poison darts.
Hey, if you go... Well, here's the thing. How much does that all weigh? Because Ace has about 78 pounds of stuff in the friggin' bag of holding.
I have all
Welcome back.
my bombs alone are about 20 pounds.
What you missed? Well, Marine, the guards at the gate of the town, well, the gate in quotations, they're trying to make sure that you guys are not carrying any like contraband or items that might be a little bit too dangerous to bring into town or anything like that.
Honestly, with Signis, they would just find jerky and a few other things, but I don't think they would like find they would find like general traveler things, but I don't know if they would find like stash of weapons.
I'll say if any of you are particularly like keen on not getting a particular item found out, you can make me a sleight of hand check to see if you can like, you know, now you see me fucking, you know, like hide the item in question.
Rocks.
Oh fuck, that's a shit roll.
Valencia can reassure Rock that like, hey, what's it? Words.
Can I check on bardic inspiration for that?
She'll reassure Rock that, you know, maybe we can't bring the bombs and everything into town. That makes sense, but like, their doctor, they can just like, you know, doctors of Rockta, Valencia can explain that. They can just like take the bombs and vial and just like have it on standby until we go to leave town.
I mean, if Ace has the space, he'll put his bombs in the bag of holding, because I can always make more. It's more just the awkwardness of like we gotta check your belongings for anything suspicious. The one guy carrying enough bombs to blow up multiple buildings.
Also, oh wait, that's right. With a bag of holding, it's the thing of you gotta specifically look for that particular item and take it out. So Ace can just BS some stuff when they're like, quote-unquote checking.
Like, the only thing, honestly, would be the bombs. The poison, he's a doctor, and also the potion of poison, for all intents and purposes,
it looks like a healing potion.
So that's not sufficient. It's mainly, and the other one's a serpent venom vial. So
that's like anti-venom, maybe.
So like the other things he can at least explain in a blunt and simple way that they are poisoned. And what, I specialize in poisons. I am a doctor. Neither of which are a lie.
Mm-hmm. Also, yeah, no, Ace ain't letting Bofos take a guns, cause this ain't the friggin' sheriff. This ain't the marshals where they're turning in the guns.
I mean, they're not saying like we have to take away our weapons. It's more just they're looking to make sure we don't have anything suspicious. Like travelers on a road in a medieval time carrying weapons, that ain't suspicious. You gotta defend.
No, they're not specifically.
Remember,
they're not specifically saying. Oh, go ahead, Mark. Sorry.
Yeah, but here's the thing. Y'all's got swords, spears, shields. Yeah. Ace has friggin'
guns, magic
guns.
Yeah.
Signis also has a gun, but he's hiding that alongside like his actual hunter gear, and also his masks, because one of them is literally the mask that Signis has.
So
that like marks Signis.
Yeah, like I was saying. Go ahead. Sorry.
Could I also roll bardic inspiration to add to that sleight of hand?
To your own?
Yeah.
I don't believe you can give yourself bardic inspiration.
That's a lore bar.
That's
thing.
Yeah, that's a lore bar.
Thing. You can give it to Ace though, if you want to, or like somebody else.
Yeah, I think I'll give it to Ace.
Flash of Genius.
Okay.
I'll give it to Ace.
All right. So, like I said, they're not asking you to turn in like all of your gear or something like that. They're just making sure that you have something that's going to like, you know, call down like a meteor onto the town or something like that. Like they're just trying to make sure you're not like actively gonna do something crazy. So
like, you can't bring Atlas in.
So, I mean, they're not even sure how to like react to like if Atlas was to approach to be checked for contraband. They're kind of like
Atlas just like walks up and just like, you know, like kind of like, you know, like when you're in airport security, just kind of like slightly like opens their arms out.
Yeah, because like, they can give her a pat down, but they won't find anything because everything's
They're-
built into the armor, and they don't know how to open
They're
it.
looking at you and they like stare at each other, and the armored one says, "Apologies, traveler. You, if you don't mind a question, you wouldn't happen to be from the nation of Alken, would you?"
Oh, give me a moment. I've actually closed voice mine.
The Kingdom of Alken. Is this related to that Iron King that people have also asked me about?
The armored one keeps speaking and says, "Yes."
The answer is no. I have no association with the Iron King.
I see. Well, they kind of like begin to look at your armor, and they seem like genuinely confused. Actually, I'm just gonna have them like roll a alien technology check to see if they can figure anything out. No,
They just think it's a fancy suit of
they
armor.
just look at it and say, some fancy sorcerer's armor you have there. Nothing that I can quite identify as being dangerous, I suppose. Also, they check you as well, Signis. They can't find the pistol or anything like that you don't want them to show, because you rolled your 16 sleight of hand. I'll say that succeeds. The ace. Did you have advantage for any particular reason in the
I don't. I think it was auto
rolled an
It was-
advantage?
Yeah. So
yeah,
that'd
Signis
be,
also gave her what's it called? Bardic.
Okay, so
So what's your barter?
I believe
Plus
it's
6. Sorry. D6.
D6, so you can roll a D6.
Okay, so 9.
At this point, let me switch music.
15.
Hey.
So
15,
15, do
so-
you want to add anything else to that? Or you feel like that's gonna
just-
make it?
Just to be sure, if Signis don't need, if 16 was like, okay, Signis was good, Ace would use Flash of Genius on herself, essentially like
Comprehensive.
sort of palming the stocks of her guns, and sort of the Billy the Kid kind of hiding it underneath her duster, and if they kind of pat her down, she kind of spins them in the shadows away from her hair, so it wouldn't be catching the glare. So that'd be it's 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20.
Let's see.
Yeah, no,
Add-
I'll say
yeah.
like you are easily able to just conceal the equipment that you don't want them to see. One of them does say, "Ma'am, your hair is on fire."
Yes, I know.
No, she just does that.
It's
Are you a pyromancer?
yes, I am a pyromancer.
They'll believe you.
I mean-
they'll just believe you.
it's not-
Because who can do this other than a pyromancer?
This,
I mean,
this is
it's
just
also-
this is just when people keep coming up to me in the fucking cashier and says, "Are you American?" And I just said, "Yeah, I'm from California."
You,
Yeah.
but
You
yeah,
have a
they
problem with that?
one
the
of them
ace-
one of them just says, "Sorry, pyromancer is not super common around this parts either." But I suppose you're not carrying anything particularly dangerous. Just make sure to keep those flames away from the buildings.
I can control. I have them under control. And says another word in primordial. They don't know what the frig she says, but you get the intent. Like she's kind of miffed.
Rock has like a vague idea because he speaks Orin, but that's about it.
So, but yeah, like they don't find your equipment. Any of you other? Well, I guess Rock, are you also making an effort to hide your stuff, or did you hand over
I was gonna
everything
ask
Ace for to put in the?
I was gonna ask if Ace allowed me to put my bombs in the bag of them.
Yeah, Ace allowed that.
Yeah, because that's the only thing questionable. Everything else is fine. He's got 2 melee weapons, a thing that looks like a healing potion, and a small vial of serpent venom. That's it. The bombs are the main questionable bit, but that also implies they understand them, considering one's a jar of oil, one's a regular bomb, one would be a poison bomb, and one type's a poison bomb, one's a portal bomb, and the other's a holy bomb. Very questionable.
I mean, if you handed over all this stuff and hid in a bag of holding, I'll say that's fine. Like they probably wouldn't even know exactly what how to operate the bag of holding to check it.
So it's just vial of poison, just potion of poison and serpent venom. That's all he has.
They will cannot just raise an eyebrow at the poisons.
Well, the serpent venom one, because the other one, unless they can detect magic on it, it just looks like a healing potion.
It's kind of like look at them, look at each other, and almost kind of try to confirm with one another. Does this kind of is contraband?
He's a doctor and his anti venom that he got from the snake.
Oh, all right.
Who the fuck keeps anti-venom in a bottle? It's not like they would know that, but like...
I mean, Rock does, technically. That's what he did. That's literally the anti-venom that he gave you guys.
He fucking shouldn't.
I suppose...
I mean, he stores it in whatever he can store it in.
We started pretty late, actually. We would usually be ending in like 10 minutes, I think, Moran. But we did start like pretty late.
I'm fine to keep going until we...
I don't mind keep going, I just want a bit of clarity.
Yeah, we can go for a little bit, because we started a little bit late. But yeah, like, I guess it's up to y'all, like, when would y'all believe, like, y'all want to call it?
Like half an hour, I guess?
Half an hour? We can keep going for another half an hour. So you guys, well, you're cleared, basically. Like, the two guards are gonna step back and say, everything checks out, you may enter. And they will allow you into the town nearby Fort Cardinal, which you know, I just want to shout out Joel Vauquemont. I don't know how you pronounce it. Vauquemont. Somebody's gonna yell at me later.
In the analysis.
Somebody's gonna yell at me for how you pronounce it. Because this is supposed to be that town that you see in the background of the previous art of the fort, because you can see still fort in the background there.
Oh shit, baby!
So you know, shout outs to Joel Vauquemont for providing for this art.
As we're walking to the town, Valencia will just poke fun of Ace, just being like, "You heard the guards. Keep your flames under control." As she uses thaumaturgy to mess with Ace's hair.
What do you do to Ace's hair?
Ruffle it a bit so it just starts like sparking out.
It's funny because I imagine Ace has like curly hair. So it's basically like how folks in humidity and their curly hair gets all frizzy, and Ace just sees like the hair just poof out.
Yep.
She just looks, casts produce flame, gets like an obsidian comb from her bag, starts combing it back, and stares daggers at you.
Starts whistling as she just like speeds up.
Yeah, Rock just walks to the tavern that was mentioned to them.
You walk into you walk into a local inn. It is a larger building than most building. I don't know what happened there to my speech. It's a larger building that most of the other buildings in town. At this point, there's basically nobody roaming the streets because it's like very late at night. You will be able to see that inside there is a little bit of more activity, as there are people kind of like sitting down at the at some tables having their evening meal. Do I have an image for? Yeah, sure. We'll use this one. You will see that Still made by Joel Bookman, by the way. Shout out to this artist. You see that humble, relatively humble-ish looking place. Nothing like super fancy. You can see besides like some wall decorations that are like animal heads. You see over there. You see, some boars, some bears, which make a little bit rough to see for one of you at the very least. And you see amongst like many of the wall decorations that are just, I guess, like hunting trophies that have been kind of like laid out over the years. You see the only one that really stands out to you is what appears to be like a basilisk head, like on the wall.
Damn.
Standing out due to the large bulbous, like yellow eyes, eyes in quotation that you see on the creatures. Otherwise, you see that it's kind of like a slow evening. A couple of people are sitting down at some of the tables, but and some of them do look like their fellow like adventurers because they seem like relatively like well armed and prepared. But otherwise, you will be. At the crier rings a bell and shouts 8 o'clock and all's well. But otherwise, like you would be welcomed into the establishment by the one of the workers nearby who go when they hear like that little bell above the door like ring. They immediately like rush up to meet you and it's like, welcome home. As they kind of look over at all of you walking in.
Rock would just do the courteous thing of just lifting the hat, nodding his head, and say, "Greetings there."
Good
Signis
day
does,
to
like,
you.
the
We require
polite bow.
lodging.
Some of you talk at the same time, but I think I got the gist of it. And the worker in question, this kind of like younger man, probably like in mid to late teens, will look over and say, right, accommodations, kind of looking at you guys. He says, individual rooms?
I was planning for some of us to bunk.
Holy
What
shit.
the fuck did I do?
No, that's jumpscare me.
He would look to Atlas and would state, "You would request a personal room, correct?"
It is not particularly a requirement, it just makes very little sense to me why we would all be in separate rooms. Well, why all of us would be in the same room, rather, sorry.
Well, you can have your own room. But the lady here will share a room with their maid. Need an assistant. And then he would look to Ace, Signis, and Gilbert.
Cygnus flicks like 2 gold coins in their general direction. And then like, well, not in their general direction. He flicks them up like and catches that places them on the counter and just says, just individual rooms.
This is, let me double check how much the stay per night is here for or per day rather in the inn. I did say this is a modest inn. Okay. That's 5 silver pieces for per person per day.
Yep, that
Four
I'll
and
just
half
do
gold. If
yeah,
you include
Cygnus would
the
just
servants.
I'll say
yeah. So
I'll say that
Yeah.
price includes like stay for in the stables for the for Roland as well.
I think I'll just pay 5 and then just say like I don't, if you don't mind, could we also get warm meals?
Looks at the extra like gold piece and nods along and says,
Well, yeah, basically half gold pieces.
Well, half
you know,
gold piece, yeah.
it's for.
Looks at it and says, "Sure, of course, I'll get some dinner ready." 1 second. He just kind of like walks back and runs to the counter. At this point, it's only like really the young man and like one other person at the at the bar, basically.
It would have been more cost effective if we shared.
I understand that, but Signis like gestures at the 2 girls. In fact, no, he gestures at the 3 girls. Gestures at gestures at Atlas. Gestures at gestures at himself, Ulf and Shieldbear. And it's just like,
I don't see the problem. We all camp together.
Yes. But
no,
what would I do?
No. Signis just paid for everybody.
Yeah, like, quite literally, looking at the girls and everything, Rock, why the fuck would I care? He does not give a shit. Like,
Oh, you paid for Valencia?
he paid for everybody to have a room by themselves. Rock was gonna organize all of us to share rooms and was gonna basically ask between Signis, Shieldbear, and Ace who would they want to share with, but then they just went, I'll pay for everybody. Like, oh, okay.
Like, you have to understand, Signis is for, despite what he is, he's not particularly comfortable sharing just like a single room with a person who, well, yeah, basically he fucking in Shieldbear, because it's a bear. In his eyes, like, sure, he's trustworthy, but like at the same time, like, he's not had the best experience with beasts.
I didn't take you for much of a prude, Walker.
I mean, then you could share with
my
one.
reasons.
I mean, but in that case, you could have shared with one of the Valencia's companions. One of them is like a human-looking guy. You could share with him. Shieldbear can bunk with either Rock or the other guy, and Rock could bunk with whoever's left, and Atlas just has their room. And then Valencia shares with her maid. Like, everybody didn't share, like, a couple.
It's still what Signis is just noting is probably going to be comfortable for or most other people. Signis just notes, just like looks at Asus, just like shrugs, and sort of says, "It just seemed easiest that rather than clamoring over the room, etc. This will get us at least east a good place is to stay for the night, gets us meals, and without too much dilly-dallying, to say the least."
Fair enough. I'm gonna get me a drink.
Okay. You're all able to, well, like you said, get yourself your accommodations, your meal for the day as well, or for the night rather, for dinner.
How is the food? Because if it is good, then Signis is gonna ask for the recipe.
Well, let's see. We're gonna say that because, yeah.
A modest
I
end.
don't imagine you guys are asking for like, you know, like the best in the menu, so to speak.
Speak for yourself.
Speak for yourself,
Rock,
motherfucker.
Rock could do that for me.
What's it called? Yeah, okay. You get handed over. So this is gonna be kind of awkward because for a second the young man kind of like comes back with like the plates of food already, and for a second he's about to hand you yours, Rock, and then he kind of closes his eyes and does that expression that people do when they're like, "Fuck, I messed up." And because he was about to hand you like what's it called, chicken breast, basically.
I mean, they're a vulture.
I mean, but they don't know that, to be fair.
They don't know that.
So like he does do like the expression. He seems to think twice about it.
Just takes the food. He does not care. I'm pretty sure vultures eat other vultures if they're dead. Like, vultures don't care.
Vultures are birds of prey.
Vultures do not care.
You do see, like, all of you get roughly handed, like, similar meals, like, bearing the, unless you specifically request for something else, it's, like, you know, chicken breast or, you know, something like, some form of poultry, meal. Unless you, again, you specifically request for something else. You know...
I think Signis would, like, pull them aside beforehand, just, like, points at, like, Atlas. Do not give them chicken. they don't eat chicken.
Nods and instead like has to double back into the into the kitchen. Brings back what appears to be like a roughly cut like steak, some form of like bovine.
At some point, like like when like they actually start eating. Well, Atlas will just kind of like like say after the waiter's gone, like,
I do not actually mind eating chicken. The problem is that we are not going to kill our chickens because they are our friends. Also, I will not eat in front of any of you at risk of revealing any form of my identity. I will take this straight to my room. Thank you very much.
Enjoy the bed.
Yeah.
Rock,
By the way, Signis would actually check the walls for wanted posters.
You do see like a little bulletin board towards like one of the back walls of the inn. It does have like some wanted posters. You don't believe it has yours, but it does seem to even has like a very, very old like propaganda like poster that has clearly been like it has clearly not been like replaced yet. That you believe has Valencia's face in it. There is what appears to be a couple of different I guess little notes that are what you would imagine you'll find in like this type of like age sort of like little petitions of like has anybody found my lamb that went missing from my farm or something like that, stuff like that. Just travel slow, I guess.
Yeah. Signis would like oh go ahead. What does the propaganda say specifically though? Just asking.
It's I imagine something along the lines of like those recruitment posters that you would find like ye old like Uncle Sam style sort of like things.
We want thee to join.
Think you have what it takes to protect the kingdom of Drangleic? Test your might and join the Dragon Riders or something like that. But it looks like an old poster, like somebody, or maybe it's in the face. You notice like a couple of holes in it as well. Like either it's very old or it has been defaced by somebody.
Can I think Signis would probably see that it's being defaced. Like when nobody's looking, he would probably just scrunch it up.
Defacing.
He would just like pull it off and scrunch it up, shove it into his pocket.
Toss it aside.
Dang.
So Rock would look to Atlas and would say, before then departure, I have something for you, and I plan to give it to the rest of you as well after dinner. And you basically pull out a little, what looks sort of like a gummy or a type of candy, and say, it is a type of a treat I have made that contains herbs good for helping Vang sleep faster. I tend to use them before I go to bed to ensure that I get to sleep much faster and are properly rested.
Bro's gonna prescribe us Benadryl.
No, it's the friggin' ayahuasca gummies.
Thank you.
Ayahuasca or ashwagandha?
Ashwagandha, that's what I was thinking of off the top of my head, but I know what I said because also friggin' medicinal shenaniganry that has you on spirit journeys. Don't take if you're not comfortable seeing things.
Yeah, I was gonna say, this is the thing. I'm just copying the image.
What would Signis say to Schubert?
Signis would nod. He wouldn't comment though.
That's fine.
Volunteer will ask the Signis, like, Mr. Walker, may I inquire about those masks of yours?
Sure. Any questions in particular? Just I think at this point Signis has like somehow procured like a fucking glass of wine.
It just spawned.
It's just like he has like he has like he probably has like his he's probably like kicked back in like a chair or something, not like on the top with legs on the table or anything, because he's not like a fucking heathen. He is like relaxed as he's like holding the a glass of wine as he like sips it. Any questions in particular?
Why do you have so many? You've switched them out during fights, and well, you can apparently replicate my dragon breath.
Cygnus like considers it for a second and just says, I learned a vast swath of knowledge during a very specific incident that I couldn't quite keep entirely to myself. So I entirely in my head. So I created these as he lays out, not like you've seen maybe like 4 masks in total, but like
Yeah.
Give me a second. Let me see. Let me just yeah, I'm just gonna have to pull this up first. That is not it. He pulls out 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. He pulls out 9 masks, all of which are like different in different ways. You see a number of, you see like some are like basically like play. They're all like play masks with that like a signature sort of like sinister smile on them, and minus like what actually just looks to be head wrappings. Like one of them just looks like a pile of fucking bandages. And he notes these contain magic that I've imbued into them. I can only use 2 per day, but as of the moment, I can swap them to gain in different abilities that I learned of.
That is most interesting. So, you took your knowledge and imbued them into these masks? I take it?
I would say that's the best way to put it. Everything that I can remember of what I learned.
Why, if I may ask?
Cygnus pauses and just says,
Where do you even learn how to breathe like a dragon?
It's not really a skill-based thing to breathe like a dragon, but it's more so the science and magic that's imbued in such a way that allows me to do so. It's not quite it as simple as each gives me a discipline that I once learned. No, these are artifacts that I've crafted personally using knowledge that I've learned. Some
I
of
must
them make no
say,
sense. Some
during
of them,
that... sorry, continue.
Some of them make no sense. Some of them simply do. Each mask is its own. Each mask is its own. Each mask is what it is. It has its own story to tell. Though I would say out of all of them, the one named Signis is the one that has as the most to tell. He just, you see as like his eyes sort of soften in like, just like, this isn't like, this is like a look of that you can't really read. It's not sad in any, it's not like sad or anything, but it's contemplative. It's just, he almost seems a little bit confused at his own words. Or it's not, it's a lot of emotions going on at once that you can't really tell exactly what he's feeling.
Well, we're gonna be traveling for quite a bit. I'm sure you have enough time to tell us all about it.
All right. This is what it is. It is. Any more questions, perhaps? As he takes another sip of wine. Cause Signis answered her question about Mr. Jeremiah Walker, but at the same time, I think he left more questions and like up to anything, if anything. And he that was like sort of the situation before.
Yeah, Valentina will have more questions for later, but right now she just kind of like talks a bit quieter and just like asks you like, how do you do that with your dragon breath? How did you do that with your dragon breath? It looked way cooler than mine.
Signis thinks about it for a moment. It's a matter of being able to increase the heat in a very short period of time and funnel it into a much smaller surface area. The smaller and more potent the flame, eventually the air around it begins to, the best way to put it is burn, or turns to plasma. And as a result, that happens. He just like holds up his hand, and it's something that you'd probably have to practice and train. It's more of it's not really something I can very easily teach you, if anything.
Lindsay just nods along with not a lot of understanding, but she vaguely understands what you're talking about.
What the fuck is plasma?
Yeah. Because I very much imagine like Valencia's fire breath is more just like a raw aggressive. Meanwhile, yeah, you managed to turn it into like an almost beam attack.
Yeah. Fucking Signis went from like normal fire to Shin Godzilla breath.
Yeah. But yeah, that's all that Valencia will ask for now.
What's the part? Like, being Atlas, because Atlas is gonna have to go eat their food. What's the party's reaction to Rock telling people to brush their teeth with toothpaste?
Signis grabs the toothbrush.
Ace kind of rolls her eyes.
I'm pretty sure Valencia and Shiobara or Ricky just wants the fuck the toothpaste.
The fuck's a toothpaste?
Yeah, because before in medieval times they brushed their teeth with like linen cloth and stuff. Toothpaste wasn't invented until the 19th century.
I know.
What's it called? Like, Atlas has like, you know, previously like, you know, been like really clueless about everything, but just kind of asked like,
why did you bring these supplies? Will they not be provided by this residence?
No.
Who was that directed to? Was that directed to me?
That was directed to Atlas.
No, I meant for Atlas' question.
Yeah. Like why do you have toothpaste? Aren't they gonna and toothbrushes? Like, why aren't you gonna give? Aren't they gonna provide them? Like,
they do not exist within this planet's time frame.
What are you?
Does it taste good?
look at fucking Valencia.
You ever chewed on a mint?
That I have, yes.
Okay, think of that.
But you don't eat it. You rinse and spit.
Why couldn't we eat it?
That does sound very fancy.
It is not designed for consumption. The taste is to make sure that that you do not gag when putting it in thine mouth. The components within keep thine teeth clean, and then you spit out the remains. It is just to make sure that your mouth does not taste terrible for the remainder.
Valencia's just convinced this is just like some fancy, like, noble thing because it has a cool taste.
Have you ever used one of these before? Rock says as he holds up a toothbrush.
I mean, there are medieval toothbrushes that are just a big old bristle brush.
Yeah, Valencia will be like, of course I know what a toothbrush is.
Well, you would take the paste, you will put it upon the brush, and you will brush thine teeth with it. You brush. There's 20. Let me check how long to brush teeth for.
Like 15 minutes.
You know, it is fucking wild that Rock knows anything about dentistry, considering how, for some fucking reason, like, dentistry and no, dentistry and like medical doctors and dentistry are completely different fucking practices.
Yeah, but also Rock is bird, so he doesn't have teeth.
Yeah, like also.
Rock isn't going to be able to, like, fix your teeth or anything, but he knows everything to stop people from having to deal with health issues. It's like, here's the thing I recommend, so you don't get a hole in your mouth.
Also, funny enough, I remembered reading something like, in friggin' medieval times, they actually used, like, wine to brush their teeth, because that was technically healthier, and the alcohol broke down bacteria.
Yeah, I was gonna say, like, some form of, like, ale, wine.
Probably like after folks were eating, Ace would go and find Valencia because she did say that she was gonna give her a fighting chance and give her a crossbow lesson. Scales, you're decent.
What is it? I'm trying to relax here.
Well, seeing our duel is tomorrow at noon, I was gonna give you some pointers.
Rock kind of looking around, also. What is it? You two wish to duel tomorrow, yes?
Wait, no, I'm pretty sure this is happening, like, after everyone's gone to their rooms.
Yeah, this is like a flash forward.
Yeah. I was gonna say, because if you look in what Vorty just posted. We forgot the combat demonstration event at Fort Cardinal. Fell swords and travelers allowed. Non-lethal combat. 10 gold pieces per match. Because if this technically would have appeared earlier, and Rock might notice it, he probably would have mentioned of it to Valencia and Ace.
But yeah, so with, you know, let's do the Ace and Valencia scene though.
Yeah.
Yes, as Valencia said, like, she's resting right now. What is it?
You see Ace holding up the funkiest thing. Also, yeah, I can post it now because I have a fun little thing I drew. You see this, but you don't see the bowstring because she hasn't like cocked it yet. Well, I was gonna give you pointers on how to use it, so you don't use my old thunderbow. So when it comes time for us to duel, you're not gonna shoot yourself in the dang foot.
Why would I use one of your doohickeys? How have I
It
put me
ain't
at any advantage?
it ain't a doohickey, the thunderbow. Secondly, if y'all gonna duel, might as well. I'm not gonna. It'd be unsportsmanlike to not show you how to work it, cause we gonna have to draw. Cause well, we gonna have to draw, and I ain't gonna shoot nobody who inexperienced.
With all due respect, I have my own weapons and I know how to wield them.
Well, I guess the proud dragon rider is some thinks they can't use a fairly simplistic weapon that even a bandit can use. Mm-mm.
I could most certainly use it with ease. I choose not to.
Think of it this way: what wouldn't it be if you end up trouncing me? Wouldn't it sell your reputation more with taking besting me with one of my own doohickeys? And Ace puts the friggin' quotations.
No, I'd rather be not seen wielding one of those things.
Well, so, seems well. In any case, we're gonna have if you ready to you ready for our duel? And I saw downstairs there was a flyer for a little combat demonstration. And 10 gold 10 gold pieces a match. Might be saves us the trouble of setting up a duel, setting up for a duel.
That works for me. The loser has to pay the price.
Deal. Ace extending hand.
Valencia, I imagine she would be out of her arm at this point. I imagine her like putting on a glove, shaking your hand, and then passing it off to Cersei.
No. Before you do that,
She's spitting on her hands, isn't she?
Oh no!
She is cool. You know she is a tomboy. She will spit on her. Nah, if y'all gonna have a duel, you gotta do. If you're gonna have a duel, it's gotta be official, like. For the shake.
Spit on
And
the hand.
Ace does wear gloves, so.
Valencia very reluctantly shakes it and then gives the glove to the Cersei.
Does she even give the glove to Cersei? Does she just throw away the fucking glove?
Honestly, yeah, probably out of a window.
Signis like watches it sail out from his room. They're getting along.
She's a
Like-
Curious about to see how high she can make her bounty. You see that the bounty poster is actually older there, Shieldbearer. Like, no, looks like it's been there for a bit.
Yeah.
He's probably been on the run for a while. But yeah. Sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt. So yeah, Valencia throws the glove out the window.
Like, I imagine with Ace's spit, it's not like hot, it just looks like steam a little bit. Because she's a fire Nazi.
Why would you say that?
Because she purposely wanted it to be like the friggin' Hawk and Phlegm shenaniganry. Like, just to gross her out. Just to gross Valencia out even more. Because this is Ace getting her get back for Val messing with her hair.
Oh my god. Okay. With that, the deal is signed. And as a promise between two warriors has been made, I want you two to add another point to your favor with the Company of Champions.
Yeah!
Yeah.
Awesome.
Just like self-farming it.
He's still farming it, so Ace has 1 point of favor, Valencia's got 2. No, wait, wouldn't that make it 3 because...
Yeah, I got 3 now.
Exactly.
Oh my
So
god!
you're on your way to get your first boon. You just need a couple more points. But also, I just need to do something real quick.
Oh yeah, and the poster said, flyer said non-lethal.
Oh,
It's just- I
keep that in mind.
I just
Perhaps.
imagine Valencia internally is like, damn it.
Damn it.
Yeah, you don't want to get carted off by the guards for going too far.
Fine. I'll maybe stop at a ribble too.
Okay. In that case... Oh, go ahead, sorry. I didn't mean...
Yeah, I'll make sure not to smudge or make up too much there, Val. Good night.
Okay.
Beautiful.
In that case, we are at the agreed upon end time, but we're gonna end on a bit of a flash forward here. As...
Wait, I believe Shieldbear also wanted to interact with Signis.
Oh,
That's
Yeah,
okay.
but we can do that at the start of next session.
Yep.
Yeah,
Sorry,
fair
hold on. I need to make sure the Wookiee doesn't do something bad. Hey, bájate! Para acá. Sorry about that. We're gonna end on a bit of a flash forward here, and then we can cut back to Signis and Shieldbearer's interaction here in a moment. But just to have a bit of a cliffhanger here. When the next day comes, it seems like people want to see how this combat demonstration is gonna go here in Fort Cardinal. You will find yourselves let's see. Let me put like a nice, actiony song.
That's pretty good.
You guys will find yourselves on your way to Fort Cardinal, being allowed into the entryway by the guards after just a bit of a verification of who you are and what you're doing here, for what reason. If any of you say we're here for the combat demonstration, then, well, they will let you in. And you will see that in that location, obviously there's a lot of Drangleic soldiers, mostly all of them from... similar rank and file that you saw the two, the two at the town's gates were. But you identify a couple of them that a couple of people here that don't seem like they are like they're soldiers, sellswords, adventurers, travelers, and the like that seem to be gathered here. In a moment, you see that overseeing this particular event. So I might as well just move you to like the little sparring grounds that I have here. Overseeing this particular event, you will see as a man with very imposing looking armor seems to walk up into the training grounds. The man, human seemingly, with long sort of like blonde hair and a bit of a beard going on, will kind of walk into the grounds, and you see all the soldiers immediately like salute and stand at attention. You hear one of the soldiers says, "Captain Drummond, we stand at attention, ready to begin the event." You see as this man walks in, and yes, that is official concept art. That's the best I could find because nobody draws Dark Souls 2 fan art. The man walks in with this sort of like almost like Roman. The armor style almost kind of looks like a Roman centurion type of like style, and with like long red cape, kind of like flowing behind him. He says, "Soldiers, today is going to be but a demonstration. The skills of the finest of Drangleic are tested against each other and against the travelers who come into our fort. Make sure to give them a great show. But most of all, make sure to stand proud and demonstrate the might of Drangleic's forces." And he kind of like pulls out his like a greatsword from his back. He kind of like raises it up and says, "Let the event begin." And he raises. It looks like a medieval painting. Yeah. He raises it. Battle start, he says, as the people in the field, which may be you or somebody else, will begin their confrontation. And it is as we, witness the start of a quick event, a combat demonstration, that we will leave the session there for the time being.
Yeah.
I want to thank
Nice.
you all. Bear witness. Thank you all for being here and playing. I want to thank the audience for sticking around and watching for however long y'all did. I'm gonna make sure that Pate's name is there. Most of all, once again, shout-outs to the usual people. Shout-outs to Sound Phenomenon for providing most of the background music, and Larian Studios for the VG3 soundtrack that we used for a bit there. And shout-outs to, everybody who is still here and around, who has subscribed or not subscribed and just kind of chilling around. Before we leave off, anybody wants to give one final message?
Stay hydrated.
Check out Jericho's channel and check out Bard's socials, and I guess I guess Katya's socials. I don't know. I just write on AO3 and exist.
Yeah,
That's it.
subscribe to the Artful Bard for my amazing art.
I already said check out Bard's socials.
Yeah, we on the road to 100 subs by July.
We're also...
The way you phrased that was subscribe to the Artful Bard for my amazing art. Mariah's just claiming credit.
You claiming my art that I worked hard on? You friggin' vulture.
My audio twisted for a second there.
No, that would be Rock, actually.
But yeah.
He made Chillbear for me.
We're also on our road to 100 subscribers. It would be pretty cool if we get that, in the next month. I think we're like at 83 at the moment, last I checked. I don't know if anybody subscribed during the stream. it would have given me notification, but I you know, it is what it is. Maybe I missed it. Anyway, point is, well, everybody, see you all next time in the next stream of Dark Souls Dirge of Drangleic. Goodbye, everybody.
Goodbye. See you around.